poker has begun.
We're back at it.
Where is Jess? Where's the brush your teeth?
Looks like they're starting off with a straddle when they came back from dinner.
Heck yeah, we knew they would.
Get some action going.
I did it not too long ago, and I was like, Natasha, Cinderella. Now
We
Jess
knew
is
that
doing
they would.
Sam found herself a sweatshirt. It must have been cold out there. And we've got a raise and a re-raise to open this pot.
Raise, re-raise. The other diamond draw went away.
500, yeah, 500. Oh, yeah. Good thought.
Frozen Rude. How are you?
Was it 500 or
See you
no?
saying hi in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, hers was.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
It is Eastern Standard Time here, so it's 9:07.
Yep.
And first?
You're torturing her by letting her know what she's folding. It's gonna be like ace, 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 ace.
The player who's not at the table is Jessica Dawley. She will be back shortly.
She ordered the large pizza. Feed the family of 4.
No. A little shout out to Cox95, I guess. XXDECCOX.
I think that might be a porn star. So
You think? We're not allowed to
there's
talk
a
about
lot
him?
of X's in there. That's a
and
good question. Why is he dealing to an empty seat in the cash game?
yeah, Sarasota.
Usually, if
Quiet.
well, you know the
Okay,
answer.
who'd you vote for?
In most cash games, if
Mine's right.
in the higher
Gary
stakes
Johnson.
limits, they
Oh, no.
don't have any
did the trade
jackpots. They don't have any reasons to deal that player out. And so since they paid their blinds, they generally deal them in so that if
They show up.
they show up, they can come back to their hand. And
Yep.
since they paid for that hand, it's just
It's like on a
trying to be equitable. In a lot of the lower stakes games where they have jackpots and other things, and they take a rake, they treat that situation very differently. They don't like to deal the extra cards out. They don't like to create opportunities for people to do things inappropriately with the cards and such.
The Jack 3 of diamonds is still in the lead.
Is red flag still on? Smile.
Bet call there on the turn after the ace hits.
Well, feels like Natasha's going to bet her whole range there.
Yeah.
So you still have so many 2 high card hands beat that she's going to fire out with as a bluff. The ace on the turn creates a really interesting dynamic in these spots.
Plus 100.
Pappy Van Winkle, thank you very much for the compliment. Say, Rep Porter, really like your game. You play all disciplines well. Appreciate it. Someday I'll make enough money to drink a little Pappy Van Winkle.
It's like a straight.
So Sam has the best hand here, but
Okay, so you don't have straight.
Natasha
You didn't see it.
has bluffed 1,700 in position on the river.
Going Papers asking how is undergun in the hand? Are they straddling? And yes, they seem to be
Yeah.
having a round of straddles right now. So Samantha was in the straddle that hand and chose to defend against the button raise.
And I think with that stack size, they're going to keep it up, right?
It sounded like they were saying they were going to play one round of straddles at the start of each dealer. So probably half the hands will be straddled now.
Yeah, she did. But I can still straddle, right?
Yeah, whatever. There are no rules.
We make up the rules.
Yeah.
Chaos reigns.
Jamie's got ace king.
300.
Raise 300.
Oh, 2 ace kings. Well, I heard from one of my kids that he's listening. So, David, if you're out there listening, Dad says hi. Ace king against 7-10, and there's a king on the flop along with a 10.
This, as you're listening,
Both of
and
them.
I realized that your whistle was for that. And I was already like glaring at you.
Kelly bets her 7-10 after it checked around on the flop. Nobody knows what Cate has at the table.
E. Gonzalez is hoping that Frank
River
will
Broadway.
take him as his new child.
I have 5 kids. I don't need any extras. But David's a big fan of poker, so.
Chop it up.
2 Broadway winners.
Okay.
Is there a method to
Dave's my youngest kid, and he's good friends with Penn and Emily's kids, you know, Penn Jillette the magician. So every summer when we end up at the Rio at some point, he always wonders why Penn's picture on the outside of the building is so much bigger than my poster in the tournament room for Player of the Year.
She did a good job. It
He
seems
doesn't
like
think that that's
Natasha
fair.
and Justin
And you have to tell him that Penn does it every year and you only did it one year.
She was so nice too. I was like, this
Penn
is
does it every night.
Yeah.
fun.
That is a good show. Best show in Vegas.
I've never seen it.
Penn and Teller is the best show in Vegas. You need to get in there and see it.
I walk by the Penn and Teller Theater, 100 times every
Oh my
summer,
goodness, yeah.
at least.
Well, think about it. We started playing the series there in 2005, and we do it for basically 6 weeks a year. So since then, that's been, 12 years we've done that. So that's 72 weeks of our life we've spent in the Rio. That's, a year and 20 weeks? It's almost a year and a half of our life we've spent at the Rio.
Can we, pretend like that's not true?
That's a little depressing. But Penn has better parking. All right, so ace-jack on the flop. We got top pair, top kicker against a bottom side gutter ball and top side gutter ball. And a backdoor flush draw. Everybody but the king 5 has a little bit of something happening.
It's nice to get a 5-way pot. Get a little gamble going.
Yeah, I know, right? And the herd has thinned. Any club would be good. 10. That was close. 10 of diamonds, really close.
I get 3,000 in
Heads up, do it.
Actually, 1,000 in green and 2 in black. Thank you. 875.
875.
Looked like Cate was considering a little raise there.
Mm-hmm.
I just fly because it works anyways. I thought about doing, but it sucks up.
Kelly, apparently someone on the stream commented.
Anytime you're
Okay,
thinking
wear
about
white
raising,
after
do
Labor
it.
Day.
Oh my.
Only in
not
Florida.
really.
In Florida, it's
In
okay.
Florida, it's okay.
It's okay anyway if you know the rules.
Yeah. And isn't that just like a pants thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. I got a kick out of that.
Isn't that doesn't even exist? That was like back in
Yeah.
like the when women had to wear pantyhose.
Oh, I'm wearing white too, so it's like okay that I said it.
Yeah, of course.
Like I'm also. I just thought that was so funny.
So do you think someone wearing white
sure
telling
that is
someone
the
else
most
that they're
critical
not supposed to
comment
wear
of
white
all
counts
today.
as throwing shade?
That's the only one. The only thing that was that.
I mean, to try to bring this whole conversation full circle.
I don't know. It's funny to think about, though.
There's a lot of variance with Twitch chats though. Like
I think Piper cleared that up earlier.
there have been times we've like done
We're all squared
commentary
away.
at
It's the white
Borgata where I'm
shoe
like
situation.
expecting someone to just make me cry, and it'll be like super nice all day, and then I
Can't
get
even see
comfortable and I
their
check it
cheeks.
the next day, and I'm like,
Somebody in the feed asked earlier if they all had a dog in their lap. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, only one dog today so far. And it was a rented dog. It wasn't even someone's permanent dog.
Yeah, I feel like people on Twitch are. What better way to say this? No, I think
Yeah.
they're nicer than YouTube people. I think YouTube comments are like.
I've never even read YouTube comments.
You never read YouTube comments?
No.
I think those people are brutal. Yeah, YouTube comments are like. They're the most entertaining as well.
I've never even read a YouTube comment.
I don't think Twitch compares.
I got the eat and chip now.
Fold, fold, fold.
I got rid of that.
the one that said he just did.
354 bits.
Oh, the
Here's the tote board. I feel like we're on an episode of Deadliest Catch.
Ah, yes, and we have the scoreboard up.
That's what I mean. This is the part. Who
This
caught the
doesn't
most
quite
crab?
add up. Something's amiss. Looked like 20,000 more got lost than got one there.
Rake.
It's gonna
We
cause
call
an
that
Omaha
rake in
hand.
the poker world.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. They're not raking this. So, Frozen Roots asked me if there's any chance I'd be in Toronto area next year. And I've never been to the Toronto area. I keep thinking I might go out to the Niagara Falls tournament or the Montreal WPT. I don't know how close any of those things are to each other, but there's actually a shot that I make it out there
I love that sound.
next year.
I want to do it. just like
One of those cities is right across from Detroit, right?
Too lazy.
Toronto? Maybe?
I think Toronto is
I can't seem to find it. In this
farther.
really organized fair.
Which one's right across from Detroit?
Such a disaster.
No,
east.
that's not like the live
I don't know. I don't know my Canadian
That's not
geography.
amazing, but it said is yes.
They didn't make us learn the Canadian cities when I was in 5th grade.
Windsor? No. What am I thinking of? Yeah, right? Windsor, Ontario. Now I'm going to have to get out a map. Let me look at the Google.
You know, or like. It'd be hard for eyebrows on for tables.
Heads up.
I think it's Windsor. That was the first place up around there they built those casinos and stuff. Yeah,
Like, hold it.
Windsor, Ontario. Just a big old unprotected border. It's the longest unprotected border in the world.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Detroit to Windsor?
No, between the United States and Canada.
Can we build a wall?
Not there. Well, what we really need to do, obviously, would be to just build a wall across the Panama Isthmus. I don't know if I said that correctly, and then just annex Mexico and Central America and make it a lot easier. Much cheaper to do that, probably,
Security
in
on
the
hard
long
drive
run.
was kicking me out because I had a big time. I was like, my husband's over there. But yeah, that was the only time. Are we starting?
Back in action.
It is weird. Did you already
25,
or
50,
no?
no more straddle, it looks like.
I think everyone did it once already.
I think Jess is one, and that's it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm owed one.
I can't remember if I done. You did last time.
Okay.
He loves calling me his wife though. I think he likes it more. Yeah, it's really cute. He likes it.
Who, Marcy?
Marshy? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Frank, no politics.
Hey, too high.
That wasn't really politics. I was really trying to be funny. Trying is the key word, clearly. So we have 4-7 and diamonds. And front of Natasha. Ace 8 of clubs in front of Cate. And she cheerfully takes down the pawn. Boom. Toronto is an hour from Niagara. I've never been to Niagara Falls. Have you?
No, never have.
I've always wanted to go scope that out. It's got to be quite a sight.
Hey, your buddy Dan Lazzariano is in the house.
My buddy Dan.
Your buddy Blitz.
Blitz. Jack Queen of Diamonds. Jack Queen suited. That's one of everybody's favorite hands. Anything you can flop a royal flush with is good.
When you get to hydrate, you get like pushing me. Like it's like
Apparently the alcoholic thinks I'm a girl. So it's nice we could have a female commentator and Frank Casella host this. They sound good together.
I'm like a fluffy.
Well, we're doing what we can.
You raised 700.
Thank you for covering up your thong at the dinner break, though. Ace King.
Stacking You is from Falls View. Falls View.
Where's that?
That's the casino in Niagara, I'm
Oh.
sure.
We need to go scope that out. Are there cash games there? Fallsview?
I don't know
See-
if they have cash
see
games
what
when that
Fallsview
tournament's
tells
there.
us. Oh, Fallsview, I guess. They have a view of the falls. That's where they get their
That is the implication.
This is like a
You got a little pop brewing here.
bada bing,
yeah,
bada
dude,
boom.
having stops is like the best thing. I never get too sad.
All the spades will slow it down a little bit.
Plus, it's fun paying people out. Like, some people complain, like, oh, I swapped too much. I'm like, no way, dude. I feel like Santa, where it's like, honey.
And the more I can swap, or the more I can pay off, the better. Like, for sure.
Best is when Ryan Arcasa won the national championship. Like, I had a swap him. He swapped with, like, so many of our friends. And our friends, like, some of our friends were, like, super broke. He had a backpack of money and was just handing bricks to people. And he was, like, the happiest doing it. Like, so awesome.
1300.
That's the thing. Like, that's why I would never swap with anyone that I didn't really enjoy. You know what I mean?
Kate, check.
Because I wouldn't, if there's ever a time I don't want to feel like I
Lexy bet out 1,300.
That's about to come in.
Right.
Sam is calling it, looks like. Right?
Heads up.
Alcoholics asking me what the craziest prop bet I've ever done is.
You, personally?
It does seem that when he says, hey, Rep, what's the craziest prop bet you've done? He means me personally.
Yeah,
I'm just
alright.
guessing.
All right, well, what is it? What's your answer?
Oh, when I went to work on Wall Street, I had been working there for, I don't know, about 6 weeks. I was a clerk for this firm I worked for, and
Was it you that brought down Lehman Brothers?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. I didn't do anything bad when I was there.
Okay.
Um,
Because somebody really screwed up a prop bet there.
I walked into the office at the end of the trading day one day,
Whoa.
and a couple of the traders were talking about fraternity pranks, and
Oh, that was just a call.
Heads up.
we have a little
And trips on the
interesting
river.
river card here.
A smooth call behind, so Sam's maybe. Well, that was a check call on the turn, so Sam has to feel like once she checks there that her trip queens are good, so she's going to value bet something here.
Yeah, it's really hard for Sam to ever think she's behind in this spot.
Exactly. Is that 4,500?
And while Lexy got 2,500 on the turn she might not have gotten by betting, she ended up getting unlucky again and get herself in a tough spot on the river.
Yep.
This happened to her quite a lot today, where some of these,
She's ran bad.
well, some of these checks she makes, if she leads 2,500 on the turn, she's a third of the pot. Sam might just be throwing that hand in the muck.
Yep.
So the check protects her when Sam has a really big hand. It gets her more value when Sam plays aggressively behind her, and then sometimes the torture comes on the river.
Yep.
And she gets herself in bad spots. But I don't think, I think the check there is a play that works out really well.
Yep. She just got unlucky with it. And then she generally makes the right decision here. She's been, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, she's been playing the turn and river really well. Really, really well.
And just getting unlucky. Sucks. Poker is poker, though.
So while we wait for her to decide, I'll tell you more about this story. So I walked into the office, and they're talking about fraternity things and drinking a gallon of milk and eating a dozen cake donuts. You know, if you take a cake donut and you put it in your bathtub in a thing of water, it expands like 3 or 4 times the size.
Are you kidding? Wow.
They get huge.
Okay.
So it used to be like a fraternity hazing thing where they'd get someone to eat a pile of cake donuts, and they'd start getting thirsty, and they'd drink the water, and then it'd expand in their stomach, and they'd be rolling around on the ground in pain.
Oh, my God. That's horrible.
Yeah. So I just walked into my office one day, and one of the guys who had worked for the firm for like 10 years was having this conversation with another guy, and he looks at me and he goes, "Rep, I bet you can't eat 2 dozen donuts." And I look at him like, why the hell would I ever eat 2 dozen donuts? And the next thing I know,
Oh, no.
the 2 guys who run my office are betting I can do it. And the traders are betting I can't do it. And here I am, just this new kid, just started off with my Wall Street job,
Wolfing down donuts.
trying to negotiate.
So you ended up, what the over-under was like, what did you think, 14 maybe? 13? You could do a baker's dozen, right? Solid?
Well, so Hero's asking us what a cake donut is versus a raised donut. You know, a raised donut has yeast in it, and those cake donuts are those really dense ones that are usually frosted on top.
Yes.
So they have a different construct as far as volume and air and what happens when you add water.
Yes.
So I started negotiating with the guy who was offering me the bet what the rules were. I could pick any donuts I wanted. We were going to do it the next day.
Right. So you'd go for Krispy Kremes for sure. Those
Krispy
are-
Kremes have piles of sugar.
Yeah, but they're fluffy, aren't they?
Oh,
I mean, I would think there's
So one of my best friends at the time was working for the same trading company. He'd gone out there, started working a year before me, and had told me like Wall Street was the greatest game ever. We played a lot of games together back in Seattle,
Like,
and
That's such a response thing.
we went out there and so we negotiated the rules. I could pick the donuts and whatever. So we went by Dunkin' Donuts on the way home on the street in Hoboken. We lived across the river. We carpooled together every day, and we lived like 4 houses apart from each other. And asked them if they would make us raised donuts in the morning with no glaze, no sugar, no frosting, just the donut. And they said yes.
That's
So
awesome.
we came by in the morning and we picked those up. And we also picked up some of those 8 crullers because we weren't sure whether you'd want some variety. And we brought
Crullers are
donuts.
delicious.
We brought donuts in for the office. And so, you know, I mean, like that day I had to like eat these 2 dozen donuts. And when I got to about 18, I started talking some trash
Did you?
to the guy who called me out. And then when someone came by and there was this double chocolate donut, cake donut with frosting
Yep.
on it, stuff sitting there. And I kept telling people that was going to be my dessert after I ate the 2 dozen donuts. And so I finished the 2 dozen
Sick
donuts.
bastard.
I ate the chocolate cake donut
No way.
with frosting. Just
Number 25?
number
just to
25,
rub it in?
just to rub it in.
Wow.
Lexy makes a good fold here.
Again.
And we won the prop bet.
You look super guilty though.
And how much
She
did
was
you
guilty. She had to clean on the river.
$500.
She was upset that
I don't know
She
if
felt
that
bad
was
that she
worth
had
all
to
that
clean
trouble, but it was a fun story.
Well, it's one of those spots where when your boss bets that you can do something, you have to try.
Yeah, for
You're
sure.
just like in the spot where you can't win.
laying down the
Especially
law.
on Wall Street, I think that culture, you know, is just kind of a gambling culture. You couldn't back down on something like that.
Yeah.
Shown 20. Oh, seriously.
New dealer. So we'll have to tip again, and we have a straddle again.
Yeah.
In case y'all are wondering, that $25 they're throwing to the dealer is a tip for the dealer every lap.
Yeah, it's whoever wins.
A $500 pot or more pays the dealer $25.
I think just whoever wins the first hand.
They said $500 was their original rule at the beginning of the day. Now they've maybe changed it since then. But Lexy on that last hand again made a really good fold. She's had to make a lot of them today, and she's been doing well.
Really? I just like having every chip. If you asked me for 2 purple, I would give it to you.
You can ask her.
Piper says she wants donuts
Okay,
now.
can I have all of those?
I said
Thanks.
Piper says she wants donuts now. You got her fired up.
I folded one. Yeah.
Us with no jobs appreciate your patience.
Wow.
You'll be in charge of donuts at the 4th of July next year.
Perfect.
Am I not in the
Kate raises on the button. Nope.
Yeah. That's
Did
good.
she?
We don't have to feel guilty about playing then.
Nah.
Doesn't feel bad.
Yep, $300.
Right. You shouldn't. But I'm saying for people who've been on the phone, it's just like swap
Lexy
out
has
would be
ace
nice.
king again.
We're gonna have us a little pot, maybe.
It's just hard if they invite you and you actually fly here for it.
Totally. I'm not. Yeah, like I was saying, I wouldn't
Yeah.
have a problem switching, but I wouldn't like ask someone to sit
Yeah.
out.
So there's the tote board. Yeah, so the negative number looks like it's almost
And you have to have
35,000 and
alternates,
the
like, 5
positive
people
number's
could go
only
less than an
12.
hour.
So
So it's like
something
just
on
kinda-
that count clearly doesn't add up, but I don't know if we could get somebody in our production department to check that number.
And she's in the tournament, then that's better.
The
for her.
tote of the plus and minuses is definitely wrong. It's showing the total down is about 35,000 versus an up of like 12,000, and I don't think the players have changed at all. So unless it is the rake, and there are some games that do rake like that. Some house games I've heard of in California.
Check.
So we got a flush draw with middle pair, and then ace 4. Actions on Kate.
Frank, you're the goat.
Sir,
You're the goat.
I have a goat?
The goat.
What's that mean?
Michael Jordan was the goat.
That's good.
Do you know what that means? Greatest
he
of
was-
all time.
Oh, I,
Oh,
I just thought that he was better than Scottie Pippen.
He was better than Scottie Pippen. LeBron might prove to be better than Michael eventually.
Did you get a chance to watch the Presidential Medal of Freedom Awards the other day when
No.
Michael Jordan got it? It was
No.
very interesting. It's the first time I watched the whole ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, and you could tell people, you know, like Robert Redford and Bill Gates even, like tears in their eyes. I mean, a really big moment for those people. And I think President Obama gave away like 21 people. I think it was one of the largest fields, largest group of people ever get it. So in this hand, Kelly has river to flush. And is Cate tanking? Well, look at what Kate's about to do. She knows she has the ace of hearts in her hand, so she is going to do what I like to call in PLO a pretend nut flush.
Yes.
She's going to pretend she has the nut flush. Now, this could end up weird, because if Jessica calls, it's almost impossible for Kelly to overcall, right? It'd be a heroic overcall. Not impossible, but man, it's hard to think that you're in the best shape there with the 6-eye flush on a paired board, right? What's your verdict? Good, she
I
gets
could
to
not
call.
see how.
Oh, and she's going to snap.
Nice play, nice play.
I could not see
Good
how
play by
Jessica
Cate.
could ever call there.
The overcall or just the...
Well, no,
Just the
Jessica, the
flat
queen
call right
10
there.
could never call there. I don't think in between.
I don't, yeah, Jessica, I don't... Oh, yeah.
Kelly,
Yeah,
Kelly could have considered calling.
Yeah, I didn't think Jessica was really going to call, but just the pause that, you know, it just kind of threw that question up there. Like, what did she do?
It's
That was a good play by Cate, though.
yes, yes, over the rim.
That was, yes. It
I
is
guess it's four.
fifth dimension poker.
Piles of wows in the chat. I never
Even Blitz is shaking.
even showing the 4 of diamonds afterwards.
That was, yeah.
So I don't like to do that. I like to, like let them think I had it. So
I always, I'll let people see my hole cards unless they abuse it. I'll always show my hole cards if people ask. But I don't like to just do it as a needle. I don't know why. Like, this has been a friendly game all night, and now she just bitch slapped everybody.
yeah, that's one way. That's one way to describe that.
She just said, "You girls are playing too friendly. I'm gonna take charge."
Put it this way, if you weren't behind me, I was calling with my hand. But that's why I was like, so tilted. She had you crushed.
I
She
threw it
had
over the
a-
head.
Wait, she had that 4 crust. Are you serious?
No, I'm saying like, even if she has a king.
That would be the weirdest.
That would be
thing
a
ever
weird
with
thing to do
king.
with the king. Yeah.
I know, I'm just saying like,
Right.
I try to bluff with hands that are crushed and not.
try to. I wanted to call it so badly, but that was a crazy
Kate's explaining her theory on bluffing.
It is a tough spot for you.
That's how I was.
I like
That's
that.
why I was sad when she folded that she wasn't like fighting behind me with like the.
Yeah, I was
the
like,
nuts
why are
forever.
you mad at me? I was like, I have it here.
I'm mad at you. If I flat there, you fold now, knowing your hand. Like, if I flat her 3K, you're folding anyway.
I was holding it.
Yeah, I know. I'm
I
saying.
didn't like my hand. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here paranoid.
No, I'm obviously getting like this. But you know, like, you don't see that spot taking that off. I see that spot taking that full breaking away. Cash.
No, I think it's
Jamie hit a pair and bet it.
Well, like, because.
Deuce to fold. Natasha mucked her cards. Off we go.
It's interesting how, because these girls all know each
You
other,
put this side of the table. on
they
the
are
other side.
having this
I'm on,
interesting
like,
conversation
Yeah,
about
I
the
said before, I
hands.
didn't think it'd be
Where if
bad.
you're really sitting at a cash
I'm
game
on
at a
like
casino,
contact
this
though.
kind of
Like, I'm not even
conversation
in the
almost
hand,
never
so I feel
happens.
like that Cate called it.
Almost.
Contact side.
Yeah.
If we were in a game where that kind of conversation's going on, you
Oh,
just
no,
kind of
I
kick the
I
other
like
guy.
the way the hand.
Yeah.
But that's the fun of watching poker on TV anyway, though.
That's not something I do.
Or, a good chunk of the fun.
If you have a really
Seeing how people play, building an understanding of their theory of the game, figuring out what it is they're likely to be doing on any particular hand.
The food was so good. Was that on the
It was
TV?
so good.
Yeah, that's
The elegance of holding.
that's
Putting
like
your
the
opponent
best
on a hand,
become
figuring
rabbit
out what
rule
they're
ever.
It's
Just
like you said earlier, the limited
Just
information.
It's just easy, but I've had echelons that mess it up.
Yeah.
The straddle's still going. Jessica raises with king, queen of spades. Kelly. She just called. Calls these three. Pocket jacks on the button.
So by now, they all have to know about like the ace-5 hand where Jamie 3-bet before. You gotta wonder if that comes into play.
I don't know. I've been on this kind of a tape delay type or slight delay live feed kind of thing, and I refrained from even going back after the fact to find out what people had because I didn't even want to know.
Kelly went all in here,
Right.
so it probably played into her thinking a little bit that
Mm-hmm.
Jamie's got a wider range here than.
I
I wish I didn't see the hand where you flatted kings in a similar strat. Then I could just get jacks in super fast.
She's talking about that hand exactly. You're psychic.
Yeah. The dynamic changes a lot.
For sure. No.
And sometimes even if you don't want to see, like when I've been on these shows, my friends just start texting me the hands when they see
Right.
them. Had this and that spot and so forth.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to think back and try to recreate what the hand was they're talking about
Yeah.
because I've kind of just moved on. But
And that's the you know, I mean, I don't, you know, I'm sure like me, you like to, I don't know. I like to think that my feel for what the other people are doing is good, and I don't know, sometimes getting that information incorrect or incomplete doesn't really end up helping
And Cate
that much.
tilted
But
you.
in this case, it is blocking,
Oh, man,
or it
that's
has
what to think
impacted
about.
the action here, so it's really interesting that you pointed it out.
Like sometimes I crack aces with jacks. That's a consideration.
You have jacks a lot on that show.
Yeah, I fold them like every time too. It's another consideration. Jeez.
She's trying to get the read.
You got all night.
I got all night.
Take your time.
So
6,500.
it's about half her stack to call, right? 5,700.
All right.
Asking for a count, that probably means she's going to end up calling.
2, 3, 4, 5, 65, 66, 68, 75. Did I?
Mr. Alcohol is asking me if I'm going to try out the National Harbor in DC when it opens next month. If they end up having a tournament series there, there's a good chance I end up showing up for one of the tournament series.
Yeah, everything I've heard about that National Harbor is
It's going to be pretty cool, right?
It's supposed to be, yeah. I mean, they're I think going to have almost 40 tables, I
Yeah.
think, and I've been told that it's set up nicer than any other poker room out there, except for maybe Aria. So, I mean, it's going to be pretty impressive. Have you been to the new Wynn poker room? Well, it's at Encore.
And Encore, no, I
technically.
haven't been to that one yet.
That's really nice, and it's what the nice thing about it for us old guys is it's very bright. It's very well lit. Those y'all that go to card rooms know sometimes they're just not that bright. So when we get older, it's nicer to have bright lights. But yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I figured that
Wanna
was
run it
going to
twice?
happen once she asked for that count.
Sure. Run it twice.
So they're going to run it twice. Does everybody know what run it twice means?
They're going to bring
Two
two full
full boards.
boards, and half the plus can be awarded to each board.
There we go.
Good lord.
Wheel draw, backdoor flush draw. So Jamie
Jamie
wins
wins
the
the-
first. Yep. Sorry. Oh,
Piles out.
missed both
Jamie
times.
wins them both.
Okay, me too.
Game time.
So it looks like we might have our first new player in the game.
Nice one.
It's a very polite way of saying first casualty.
Yeah, blood. You were looking for blood. Somebody finally lost a limb. Off they go.
Yes.
This is a good spot for you. She would have folded.
Oh, if you would have gone for it. You're telling. Nice one, Cal.
She gets credit for being in 7th place because she had 0 big blinds.
Yeah, sure.
Does it add up now?
Oh,
that's
those
not,
are just
that's
the
not
buy-ins.
the profit and loss yet.
I'm gonna straddle this one.
Well, she
Yeah.
disappeared, so it doesn't
Yeah.
add up.
Yeah,
I
now
think Jamie's winning bunches of money. I think she's in 5,000 and has like 15,000 in front of her. So they must have her
You
account
should
wrong.
get like 10%. Jim.
Gotcha.
You should. I
Well.
feel like I definitely owe you like dinner or something.
Actually, you owe me because, and you owe me. Both owe me. Actually,
You guys can all have dinner.
I just did the math. Obviously, I knew I was gonna have it. Everyone folded too quickly.
I got her to play this, so you guys all owe me.
Well, so bad. She gets some pretty shitty spots. But
Yeah. Do you need to tell somebody that they need an alternate? Oh, you had to tell Glance.
I'll text
Or no,
her.
you're gonna text Anna, but Anna's still
Anna
in.
text Glance.
So you gotta text Glance because I don't know who is next up. Okay.
We're talking
Reggie
about Matt Glam.
was awesome last time because someone kept sending us drinks, and we're like, "Wow, someone's buying
We need a
everyone
new
drinks."
fish.
Then we find out Reggie was sending down drinks, and she was next up. I'm like, "That's brilliant."
Wow, that is
next
really great, actually.
Sure.
She's awesome.
Well, Alan Kessler might decide to put on
Oh, the one, the Twitch one, I got
a
smoked.
skirt and come play.
I smoked myself.
Really?
I heard him talking about
I lost
whether he would
10K
play
in
in the
like
ladies lineup or not.
4 hours or something.
I bet Alan would look pretty good in a
I
skirt.
bluffed into a royal. I like we were doing $200 ante on the button,
Mason
$100
Barrel,
straddle.
Mac
every
Lance is
single hand,
not
and I was
going
buying
to
5K.
play, but he
It was
controls
absurd.
the
So, like,
alternate list,
I'm
so
lining up
he is
450. Yeah.
going
What is that?
to
Matt
decide.
is our boss.
He has the
So
list of
375
who is
in orbit.
next.
When I bought into
He's
the
the one that
5K,
pays
I go
us
through
our
2 orbits and,
$2.
like,
Mike, I
Yeah.
wish I could get
So-
one of them in the game, but I have no power. Come on. Kessler would be great.
Yeah.
Lance would
Text her
only
real
be okay.
Oh, I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just,
Alan in a skirt would be my first choice.
If Alan puts on a skirt, I'm pretty sure we'll get him in the game.
I don't do that.
We can lobby for that for sure.
You're welcome.
I bought the button. I didn't win. Oh, and I almost didn't win all the
Chainsaw.
You know, how that one?
Who created the chainsaw nickname?
I have no idea where that came from.
Really?
Really. I have no idea.
Mowing them down. All right. We'll see if anybody in the poker world answers that one correctly.
Do you know the answer to this?
I do.
Oh,
Jess,
good.
you want to look at your hand? You're small. So we won't fold you.
Where are we at?
We have
Sam
Sam.
has
Yeah,
the
raising the button.
No.
and we didn't get to see her hold cards, I guess.
Why
You
would you
see
ever
she's
say
got 'em
no?
squared
We're
up
playing
over there, so they
seven-handed.
don't
Like
quite
that.
read right. Maybe she'll straighten it out now.
Like he's gonna splash around. And
No, but I mean, do you want to make like an extra 500 each person? I just think it'd be funny.
you were absent from my rant during today.
You're not a fan. But
We have no efforts to answer your chainsaw question.
That's okay. We'll just let it go then.
Because he's tough on the tournament directors as
No.
our first guess. I'm going to go with no.
No, it was Todd Brunson, as I remember it.
Yeah?
You're just talking about Alan mowing down the competition.
Ah.
Yeah, man, it was just cutting down the competition.
Yeah, no, I was like, not trying to play hands then.
Picked up around the same time, I think, that I beat him heads up for that bracelet.
Yeah.
Around 09. Yeah.
Okay.
09,
let's see, that's just-
2010,
Only
somewhere.
him that I saw from the stream.
He likes that nickname, though.
That I believe.
those are the only ones that are getting relayed to me. My friends just tell me when I get like bluffed or make horrible late
Not
ones.
Kessler.
I'm like, how about one where you're like, good job not messing up.
Oh, you just went and watched
So I'm not
it?
sure if we ever figured out what that
Yeah.
last hand
Sure.
actually was.
Well, Samantha had the queen five of clubs.
Is that what it was?
She won. Check, check, and showdown. She had to roll it over.
Is it the one
Gotcha.
where I'm bluffing it?
It's from that hand.
All the clubs are out this hand. Did you see that? 3-4 clubs got folded, so we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clubs in play.
Zero.
Yeah, so Jamie finds two tens
No,
in
Wait,
a small
how long,
blind.
you'll just let me know about, okay.
I might have popped this one up a little bit with two tens.
Yep. An unusual check for Cate there, I think.
Well, she's definitely opened it up a little bit the
Yeah.
second half.
I was expecting her to bet there, weren't you? With ace-5?
Yeah, I would not have been surprised. Now we get the little raise from Jamie. Takes down the pot. Quietly having a solid little day over in the 7th seat.
Nice. Yep. Those are nice days to have.
The
Yes.
first ladies' night was like
Oh
the
my
most
God.
talkative.
It was really fun, but it was really
Yeah, I
loud.
hope that
Like,
National Harbor gets
Ebony,
up
Lauren,
and running
Lily,
big. That'll
like
be
lots of
fun.
people
Yeah.
chatting.
Ebony,
I like
Lauren,
going to Washington.
Lily,
Alright.
yeah, Lily didn't talk, but like
I think
she plays lots
more
of hands.
poker
so-
everywhere is good.
That's true. I agree with that. Well, especially, right there in
really
the
didn't,
nation's
though.
capital,
Which is
so
very,
that
very
they can,
I don't remember.
Yeah.
think again about the logic of legalizing online poker to go
If
along
they
with
get out and enjoy it a little bit and
daily.
see.
Exactly.
Tilly would let
That
him
it's
this up.
not,
She would talk a lot.
gonna hurt anybody. Certainly no worse than daily
That's the
fantasy
truth, I don't know.
sports.
Give you a chance.
No.
Thought that, like,
She's probably in the tournament, I guess, but
Some
I don't know.
people
I think
get
she'd be
into
fun to
that.
have on this.
oh, for sure.
Have you played that much yourself?
Yeah, when
I
she
have
first,
played
she was
almost
telling me,
none.
oh, she's
Yeah, I haven't
It's
either.
not allowed in Washington, so
Chris
I
is
choose
still
not
so
to,
thrilled because Phil
skirt
Lock
the
was doing
rules.
commentary the one time he played poker night. Like, he won the seat on 8 at 8.
Just feels like you'd have to invest a lot of time.
Oh, I do remember that. 'Cause, yeah, you weren't dating Ash yet, and like, I had to spot Chris.
So
Like,
Natasha
right.
flops trip aces here.
He was so happy because Phil Lock was doing commentary, and he loves Phil Lock. And Phil Lock
Whoa.
goes, Chris looks like one of his
We've seen
sisters.
quads
If he
again.
was in a Nintendo game, I'd
yes,
select
yes,
him.
yes.
I texted Chris the thing. That's so Chris got spanked by Jennifer.
Think this one's gonna end quicker than the last one?
Massive.
I don't know. Let's see.
Probably not. Not out for you, but
Sam's
yeah.
thinking about getting creative.
And I texted him that what Bill said, and he goes, "It's all worth it." It's so cute. Yeah.
It's always tricky trying to figure out how to play those quads. She's trying to raise out the 5 high though. So.
Oh, you owe me 100 too.
Sam's almost laughing at her.
We're on the turn now. This is one of those dumb ones.
Show it. Show it. 7.
Beats my 5.
7. That's mine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait.
she gave me
Oh,
that.
yeah, I was I was making sure. You put yours on that side, that's why.
Even if you didn't have a deuce, you would have
We straddled already, or am I did you straddle last hand or no? You did or no? Oh, you're just posting.
Well, she
Bro.
wasn't here, so then it confused me, I thought. But now I'm unconfused. I once was lost, but now I'm found.
Obviously.
Here we'll have a little pot. Ace Jack against Ace 10.
Kelly done?
I raised, she fired. I raised 200 off this big straddle. She fired. Oh, yeah, maybe in hand. Didn't even know she was in the hand. Like, fell in this pool.
What did you guys have in that one that you got all unhappy about?
What? When that happened?
Yeah.
I had
The
10.
ladies all seem to have to be a little more subdued now that one of them has departed.
That's what I was saying. Like,
They're definitely talking.
Little change in dynamic.
you made it 3K. It's not like you made it. Like,
We do need the chainsaw
I mean,
at the table.
no, I'm saying.
Clearly.
I mean, I can actually see folding.
That's what they need to liven it up.
Seems fine, but I, it's a little stronger than I thought she was.
Huh?
I just wasn't expecting the folder off of that,
Yeah.
you know.
No, of course not. Yeah. Especially after if I fold, I mean, just closing the action. Like I can understand. That's why I couldn't call. But
Sam bets 550.
I feel like it was my only way to win the hand.
100 Sam.
Jamie folds,
But then,
hanging on to those winnings. She's locking it down.
Black.
Locking down her up session.
oh, happy one.
Oh, okay.
Wait, am I straddling again then? How many times have I straddle?
You owe one,
it.
so
You've done it.
like,
Did you do
yeah,
it?
Yeah, I
this is
thought I
this
did it
is it, and then
twice.
you're
Okay.
done. Because you did the one when we all did it. I mean, I don't care.
No, I don't. I think we should.
Oh,
do
you
it
don't have to do it
twice
then.
already.
On my deal, yeah.
I mean, I don't care, but I thought I had done it twice already.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Well, there's
When
not
she
that.
missed, you
Oh, I straddled for her. That's right.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Also,
okay.
I learned straddle.
No. It was a previous straddle I had owed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, so number 800. Straddle. Kelly left behind. Amy raises to
So we get an open and a call here. Gonna have a flop.
I think keeping this one. He's got the 100. So the-
Cate
the
flops a
board.
pair.
Yeah.
She has no idea what's going on.
Take Charlotte and
And made a small bet and took the pot down.
Oh, really?
No.
She's so
Good.
comfortable. Yeah, I'm excited for her.
Thanks.
Anytime you go from, seven-handed down to six-handed, it changes. Changes the game, changes the feel of the game, changes the value of the hands.
And, Kelly was driving a bit of the action. She was
A lot.
involved a decent amount. And when she played aggressively. And so when a player who's playing in that style steps away from the game, often there's a little bit of a void left and things slow down for a bit until people find their own rhythm again.
Yep. They need a new table captain.
Check. Check.
So Sam flopped top pair, and it's checked all the way down to the river.
Who's coming in? Do you know? Anybody know who's coming in?
No, I don't.
What?
You know who's coming in?
They eventually made her do
no.
her own betting.
Oh, that was great.
Sorry, I can't hear.
I missed it.
Sometimes you have to bet your own hand.
I'm like staring right at you. I'm like, I don't know.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Anna's still in the tournament, and
Let's
the
get
one
them.
lady didn't text him back, but I texted the other lady, Reggie, so I'm waiting to hear back.
Cate's getting frisky again. And there we go. A 3-bet with ace-9 offsuit, right when we were talking about how they were going to slow it down a little.
Yes. And Sam does not look like she wants to fold her 9-7 of clubs.
Above the rim, 4-bet. Almost like on cue. They heard us in here chatting. And scoops it up nicely with the 9 high. I like that play.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Sorry.
Yes, it is. It is, it is.
You are very squirmy.
Oh, yeah.
I think Sam's having a pretty solid day. I think she's in for either 10 or 15, so she's winning a decent amount.
I'm really blown.
It's just,
30.
Yeah.
I still don't quite have this solved, but
Yeah, Jamie's got to be up more than 1,700, right?
I think Jamie's in 5,000.
At
I
least,
think
right?
she's winning like 15,000.
Yeah.
I think Sam is either winning 9,400 or 14,4. Then she has 24 something. She's probably not winning 12.8. That's an odd number.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't ever get a chance to like.
I'm not sure.
Time go by.
Like when you're
Yeah,
playing.
well, it is hard to tell
What went
sometimes 'cause you don't
awry
know
with
when
the,
somebody might reload, but
Right, but they usually don't reload for 2,600 or, the odd numbers that.
But if you do get down to like 1,800 and then reload, technically you're down 32, so you might be into a game at that point
You're
for.
getting adrenaline probably, and you're like,
Yeah.
Well,
But you're
if-
still going to be in for 10 grand. Never mind. My math is off. I'm tired.
Yeah, no, I'm
It's not like the old top up. What was it? That function on one of the websites?
Yeah, you could
where
top up to what the minimum
Yeah,
stack,
what the
maximum
or
stack
max
was.
stack size.
So, like, if you-
auto stack, yeah. Auto
Yeah.
stack.
You could always go back to the 2,000 buy-in.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
where
that
my
was
that's where my
party
brain
poker in the
was
old
for
days.
some
Bag
reason.
chips. If you bag chips on day 3,
Yeah.
like I sleep 2 hours because I fall asleep at like 6 in the morning.
I know what you mean, like, wasn't after all the other events. Like,
When you're tired or anything.
Age
You always just make your summer shorter. Like,
It's not good if you just check.
I'm happier when I like make my summer shorter. Like one time I went out like 3 weeks
that
late,
hot or no?
and when everyone's like miserable already, I'm like so
Yeah,
happy to
it's not
play.
Yeah. I think that's pretty smart. I think last summer I might have made my schedule too
Let's try it like.
Just playing all the
play my
time.
best, and then I like kind of go back to the people that.
We're back to straddling.
Ah, looks like we got a new dealer.
Yep, 25, 50, 100. And maybe we'll even straddle when a new player comes in. Keep it going for a while.
Raise 300.
She said she'll be here. She can be here in an hour.
Who Reggie?
Yeah.
Yeah. You liven us up a little bit.
She said we need fireballs.
She said we need fireball.
She said that?
Oh, Fireball. Fireball's always good for the speed of a poker game. You don't know what Fireball is, Frank? Cinnamon whiskey.
Cinnamon and whiskey?
Playing
This
the
is a cinnamon flavored whiskey.
Oh,
Raise 300.
yeah. Not only do I not follow college football, but I don't really drink very often. So I do drink every now and again.
Fair enough.
So if you really want to throw me off, just get me some whiskey and take me to a football game, and
Start talking about pop culture.
I'm done.
I think a few chips are going to end up going into this pot.
Yep. Jessica's got the king 9 on the 9-4-4 flop. 2 diamonds out there.
It's really hard to just fold 2 sevens to lead
Yeah.
out in that spot. So some money should go into this pot.
And Sam reaching for chips again with the ace deuce.
Ready for the turn?
All 3 players in for the turn. Jessica turned a full house with the king 9. 9-9-4-4. Now Sam has a flush draw. Uh-oh. And an ace. Jessica bets 2,000 on the river. I don't think a call from either of them would be ridiculous here. It's just tough to do. I don't know. How much was in the pot? 30?
It's
43?
2,400
Oh,
or
she
something.
bet half the pot. Oh, she bet almost the pot.
Top one,
Yeah.
top
Yeah,
one, top one.
almost the
Oh,
whole
another
pot.
one.
No, it's fine. I'll just see it in for the minute.
Thanks. Bad.
What do you mean?
It sounds. That's what I mean, but it sounds like.
Looks like the straddle's over.
In the straddle. Yeah.
Oh, no. There we go. The
Yeah, I was
straddle's
gonna
back
say,
on.
it seemed like that would have been a little quick.
Yes. Throws away the ace-6 suited, the queen-10. Those are 2 hands that are very playable. They got folded under the gun and under the gun +1. Queen-jack raises out of the small blind. I think she's just going to win with the queen-jack.
I thought Sam would play her 3-4 diamonds there, though.
Yeah, she could have. But maybe
Oh, you're watching it?
That's what I'm playing. I want to see your hand anyway.
This is a long time ago.
Well, yeah, it's on a 30-minute delay.
Yeah.
God, good for-
Maybe she was still hurting a little from that last hand.
or maybe she's saving her mess with Lexy till the pots get a little bigger.
That could be it.
6 high, she said.
Look who we have here.
Poker
Mac Lance and
superstars.
Jason Mercier walking into the room.
World famous
Say,
poker
does it get tough for
players.
you when the person, like, then has the person like has a weakish hand? That's what I never thought.
Must be break in the tournament. They both had piles when I was in there.
Did they?
We were on dinner break.
That's good. Setting up for a good day, too. Lots of good players still in the main event.
Yeah, I don't like it that way. When I survive, I like all the other good players to be out.
That's what you hope for when you fly all the way to Miami.
Yes.
Jamie flops top pair with the queen 5 of diamonds. Sam's got a piece of that board.
The second pair, and
Lexy's
Lexy
open-ended.
flopped the open-ender. A little bit of everything
Yep.
for somebody. But something for everybody.
Yum yum. I think the dumbest prop bet I ever made was to Jason Mercier one year. I did a cross-book bracelet bet with him and Negreanu the year after I won Player of the Year. Me and Negreanu end up pushing, but Jason destroyed us both. I think he won 2 bracelets. We had I don't even remember what it was. It was like $25K for a bracelet. Yeah. I think I ended up, yeah, it was almost 100 that I paid you at the end of the year.
Pappy Van Winkle.
Get me in the game?
How late this is going to go.
Do I have to wear a skirt?
And they are supposed to play till 11 or a little after, which would be 11:30 or a little after on the
Oh,
feed.
well. It was fun to try.
You would take your shot in that game, right?
Hell yeah, why not? So we got a nut flush draw here, right? Sam's got a nut flush draw with a pair.
Shaping up to be an interesting little pot.
Yep, Lexy's going to bail out here.
Yeah. It's hard to draw to straights when flushes are already possible.
Yeah.
The old get there and be drawing dead, or get there with the heart agenda.
Boom, that's the nuts. I think Matt was serious. They were trying to get me in there. That would have been fun.
All red. What do I get? Your turn.
She said all red. I didn't even get it.
I didn't notice either.
Oh, I wasn't even trying to cost you 200.
Oh,
Wow, that's such like a nice like emotional hedge though. If you're bluffing me, I'm like, you owe her 200.
Yeah.
I think I'm small, right? Or no,
No,
you're right. I just was a straddle.
Yeah, the feed's a 30-minute delay.
Every time you go to show a card,
Somebody
I think
asked.
it's like being a complete sadist.
So it's a live
Or you show a
stream,
bluff, and then you like
sorta.
always show the nuts. I'm like, wow, what a nice thing. to
When
do.
you're showing a card, I know it's sadism.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I'm
when
like,
she
I'm
doesn't
waiting
show
for it. I'm
it,
like,
it's
make me
just
hurt.
bluffing.
Take.
No.
If I go to turn over a card, you should just look away.
I just, like, you have to like balance your sadism range though.
Four of diamonds.
Yeah.
On that board.
Every once in a while, show the nuts, just so people
Yeah.
still have that hope that maybe they're getting shown the nuts.
I started
They
to
still look.
I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, I did. You did.
Ugh. Back in action. Cate Holt. Lexi's out. Sam's firing away with pocket fours.
Wait, she might be the minion.
Seems pretty standard.
When I saw her on
Hey,
break,
Kitty's here.
Agreed.
What about Kitty?
Oh yeah.
It's going to be
Holt, Holt, Holt.
$75 richer for her effort.
But yeah, I think she's at the hard rock.
Oh okay.
But I don't know actually.
Several people have been asking about, finding the next player, and I don't think it's
Went
quite
from
as
having,
straightforward
like,
as it
6
is when you're in your
alternates to
local
nobody.
casino where they have this list and they just call them, they don't show up, they call the next person, they don't show up. For an event like this, they have a few people who are candidates to play. One of them happens to be playing in the tournament. The other ones are around somewhere, but they're not just sitting right outside. That this table is not inside the main poker room. So if they happen to be playing in the main poker room, it's a 5-minute walk away.
Yeah.
If they happen to be somewhere else, so they have to actually track down the people who are their alternates, and then get them there, and then get them chips, and then get them situated. And the process can take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
We got an interesting hand brewing here with 2
5-way
queen tens
pot.
and 3 pocket pairs.
Yeah.
All 5 people at the table decided to play this one.
So we have a nut flush flop.
No sets, 1 flush draw.
Wow. We invented a time machine and decided the best use for it is protecting the integrity of a poker game. Not sure exactly what that means. Maybe I missed part of that conversation, but it sure looked funny on the feed. That came from Supreme Terrific.
So
Explain
Tumunzo
that.
also says, sounds like the broadcasters are live on video that's delayed 30 minutes. We're watching the same
Right.
stream you guys are watching and commenting on it as it goes along.
Yes.
So we are seeing the same thing you're seeing.
At the
and
same time
at
you're
the same
seeing it.
time and commenting on it live with the broadcast, so to
Yes.
speak.
So if you want to ask us a question, it's in real time.
Yes.
In the feed, or text us or tweet us or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure Matt would have thought about her first. Yeah, they're calling her right now. She was playing yellow, 5-5 yellow.
Is it the Asian girl?
Yeah. Not the younger one, though. Not the younger one. Not the younger one.
Not the younger one.
They're talking about who they're getting.
There's like 2 that play the
Yeah.
Jessica said someone's on their way.
That's good.
Do you want to buy it?
We're not posting unless I miss the straddle. I don't think I did. Oh, yeah.
So we're back to 25.50, no straddle.
KT Mike asked if we've had a pot over 15K yet, and the answer to that was yes. We had one big one.
Yep. Yep. That was the one that Kelly went broke on, right? Or
No, Cate beat. Kelly went broke. It was probably 14,000 pot. Cate beat Lexy.
with
Lexy didn't call the last 6,800 on the end
yeah.
with the 2 4s against the 2 kings.
Yeah.
Frank, people are asking you to pick favorites. They want to know who the most beautiful girl in the table is. Not at the table, but in the table.
In it?
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got
You
here?
don't have to answer that question.
Pocket 10s, pocket 6s, and Jack 10 offsuit. 3-4-8 flop. So it checked to Cate on the button. She's got 10 Jack offsuit, and she bets.
Jessica calls with the 2 10s, and Jamie throws away the pair of 6s.
Cate seems to play pretty aggressive on the button. Turns a 7 of diamonds, which gives Cate a backdoor straight draw. Go along with her over pair draw with the Jack. Ooh.
Spicy river card.
Yep, that is. She picks up the inside straight on the river with the 9 of diamonds. There's 3 diamonds out there, so somebody could have had a backdoor flush draw. But we will definitely see some chips go in here, I think. 3,900 in the pot.
Yeah, Kate's definitely got to bet something, and it feels like Jessica's going to call whatever it is.
Yeah. for sure, I would think. How much was that? $38.50
Pot-sized bet.
for a little more than half of her stack. That's a tough call on that board.
Well, I think, the half of the stack part doesn't come into play as much in the cash game.
Probably not, no, but I'm just saying it's
You
still.
can just buy more chips and replace them. It's not a lost opportunity. I mean, you lose money, but it's not like a tournament where you
Yep.
no longer get to partake.
The incremental value increase of tournament chips as you go on.
Yes.
It's always interesting how much different tournament play is versus cash game play. She calls.
That's how you do it. I would have 2 blockers. Nice one. That's so gross. I was like, that was like the only thing I think of.
That's a bummer. That was a tough spot, though.
Yeah, I think that just one of those spots where you're trying to let your opponent be too aggressive on one of the other streets, and they choose to give themselves their free draw, and they hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Rings.
I don't have anyone watching.
Cate has ace queen of clubs and raises to 150.
And I did it for him all day yesterday. It was like, there's football. Was I sorry?
450.
What a die.
Lexy creatively 3-bets with 9-4 on the button.
Marsh is watching.
Marsh is watching.
Yeah.
He's got his own little computer.
I like doing stuff like that. Personally, I make that kind of play a lot. And it always sucks when you're in that situation where you do it with 9-4 clubs and the other person has ace queen of clubs.
It's not me anymore.
But I don't know. Check, and she bets 400 more with the 9-4 clubs and gets a call. Ace of diamonds is probably going to slow her down on the turn now.
I think she's going to bet one more time.
Marshmallow.
I thought you were talking about Jason.
So did I.
I was like, wow. I was like, maybe I could handle. Yeah, I was like, maybe I could handle a marriage. It feels
Looks like you're
fun.
right. She's reaching for some chips.
What are you thinking this?
It's one of those spots where, you're scared that the ace hit your opponent. But if they don't have the ace, they're going to feel the same way about you. So you gotta
May
fire
as
out,
well.
try to give yourself a chance. I don't think it's going to work, but
No. Lexy's been making really good plays, really good decisions all day today, so can't imagine she's going to try to 3-barrel on that river. Be interesting to see if Cate checks again with 2 pair.
I already had 2 of them. Crushing.
3. Oh, no.
No.
Where'd you get those? In the mini bar?
No.
From
I think I
where?
brought it back.
I think
Oh.
Lexy will check behind here.
I guess that would be, yeah.
Oh, I got the position. Is that what you're saying? So Cate checked. Lexy's deciding whether or not she wants the pot. Dum dum dum.
Since we're waiting.
Since I remember.
I think you can see her come to that conclusion. She hates to give up. She wants to pull the trigger, but she's 99% certain it ain't going to
If
work.
it comes out 2 cards, you get 200. I don't need it.
Yeah, because they never know. Like, they're so.
That would have made heat.
If one of you had red and one had black, like, and it was basically like black against red, but whoever called it first wins.
Yeah, we would be crushing.
The two of you would definitely.
Yeah.
We should do it.
You know what I mean?
If the other person doesn't call it, then it's no bet.
I know, that's why I thought it was funny that you paid me 200 for all.
Yeah, I shouldn't.
You mean once the flop's over, if you don't call it.
If
That's
you
what
didn't
I
call
said
it,
when
let's
you
do that.
interrupted me.
She bets about 3,000.
Looks like 3,000. Cate looks perplexed, like she didn't expect that, but
Curious face.
calls anyway.
Yeah. That's nice. Oh, wow. Use your phone.
Yeah. Definitely thinking I'm like superhero. You know? Actually, I should want you thinking that. Shit.
Loaded me. Let's just go all in, dark each other, double up.
Just flip for it.
Yeah.
She's like, I got more money.
Not rebuying. I guess I put that on. We're waiting. Like, she's over in front of me. Worst case scenario at 10:30. Reggie's gonna be here. So.
Folds to the button. Sam raises with, is it 2-4 hearts? Did I see that correctly?
When she moves them over and square up like that, the RFID or
Gotcha.
RFD thing doesn't work as good. There we go. The queen deuce
Queen
off.
deuce. Oh, we have a set flopping going on here. Set mining, as Rep likes to call it. I think he trademarked that. Checks around on the flop. She's going to bet the turn and looks like take it down. Yep.
How many times that happened like in your life? This is bad.
One of the most deflating things to have happen in poker. Flopping a set and getting no action.
Oh,
No, I'm saying
it
with
is
you.
always
Oh.
sad.
Because you were about to fold before me.
Yeah, I should have been like.
I was telling somebody the story. I don't even remember how the story got rolling. They were talking about a set over set situation, and I was talking about my first trip to Atlantic City. And I flew all the way there to play a Borgata tournament. And you know how hard it is to get to Atlantic City. It's either go to Philadelphia and drive there, or you fly into that airport in Atlantic City, and it's like 20 or 30 minutes still to get to the casino from there.
Yeah.
So I did that from Memphis, connecting flights, the whole 9 yards. $10,000 buy-in tournament. Got there the night before, slept, woke up, go down there, get bought in, sit down at the table. Very first hand, literally. Pocket threes against pocket sevens, 7-3, whatever flop. Busted. Back in my rental car, back to Philadelphia. I did all that for one hand of poker, and it was just so
Short trip.
frustrating.
This is an interesting pot. We got top pair against an open ender against straight flush draw.
Yep. All good opening hands to start with, too. So, 7-9, Queen 10 suited, pocket fours, and then Natasha in the big blind with Jack 8. So everybody's going to see that flop, and everybody gets a little bitty piece of it almost, except for the pocket fours. Natasha lets go over inside straight draw. So now we're left with the pair and a flush draw on the top pair.
Yeah, the raise to 800 made it tough for Natasha to call there.
Look at that.
Yeah, once again, the draw is the favorite here, so all the outs.
24 outs.
Yes.
sure Reggie's coming at 10:30.
So Sam wins it there.
Playing till midnight then.
Cate folds the best hand.
That's what I told her. Actually, let me just check.
Tough spot.
What was that? Reggie's
Check
coming at
bet fold.
10:30.
Somebody in the feed saying
Only 1
outs
hour,
when
yeah.
she's ahead?
Good
Question
for
mark.
Well,
What they're called.
it's the no. I mean, Cate was ahead with the pair of tens.
I said we're done.
Cate
But
had the
she-
best hand at that.
She had the
Winner 1 hour.
at that moment she was ahead.
But-
She just wasn't the favorite to win the pot.
Exactly.
And since she wasn't the favorite to win the pot, they put the outs up on the board. Although
Right.
you have to hit 2 of those on consecutive cards to actually win, right?
No, she could have turned her dead with a diamond.
Did you add
Sam
another
could have turned Cate dead
Yeah.
with the diamond. Yeah, so
Are you up like 10?
that list of outs
Quickly up
for
10.
Kate. Kate had to hit twice.
Oh, I
They're
thought.
not like one time outs.
No,
Well, they
those
could.
were outs for Sam's hand across the top of the board.
No, there were no diamonds, no 7s, 8s, or 9s on that list. It was everything that wasn't a diamond, 7, 8, or 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's why he's confused too, because it was
I got you
all
then.
3 suits.
I guess I missed
so
that.
it is kind of odd because it's not like
I don't know what they are.
Kate hits one of those and wins or gets ahead.
Counted them
Kate
too.
hits one of those and just becomes a favorite in the hand, and then has to hit one again.
Gotcha.
It's kind of an odd spot.
I think they are.
What are they, 25?
25s. Oh, brutal beat. No, I think you're counting in 6s now, aren't you?
Yeah, that
What
went
are you
over my head
doing?
when I hit there too, I guess.
She's cutting
Sam,
literally.
you're drunk.
It's an unusual way of doing it. It's the
1, 2.
only
yeah,
time I've
literally
seen it
everything
put
is
together quite like that.
Yeah.
counted. What does that mean?
What does that mean? Like, oh my god, I just
Where
lost
am I?
4K just sitting here, just gone.
So back to the action. Jessica bets 450. It's up to Cate to decide whether or not to call with pocket 9s on a queen, deuce, 4, 6 board against queen 10.
What, 26?
What?
Hi.
Oh, shit. I liked our new rule. It's way more fun.
You would have been up like 30K if you paid attention.
I noticed that one
don't
time.
have-
I was
you
like,
don't
Free five
How
somehow?
about if you don't notice? No.
this is great.
If you get the flop and you don't notice, and my color comes on the river.
Oh, it goes back to
You
your color?
legitimately almost talked me into calling.
Yeah. If you don't
You
notice,
legitimately almost talked me into calling, and then I was like,
if you don't notice and it goes back where my
Probably
color,
would beat me somehow.
then you always 200.
had 2 outs.
What do you mean? So somehow.
If you don't notice on the flop and by the river it has gone back to where my color, then you always.
So if there's 2 blacks on the flop,
It goes red,
No,
red.
if it's red, red and you don't notice and it goes turn black, river, black.
Sam and Natasha are having an in-depth
Yeah.
conversation about how to alter their prop bet. They seem to be playing red or black
I
on the
still
flop,
don't get it. Sorry.
but you're allowed to sleep it. Like you don't have to tell the other
Your
person.
color,
Yeah.
Don't notice.
If turn and river are the opposite color, then
Then
instead of collecting, if you notice,
if you notice, then it's fine. But if you don't notice by the river and it went,
you're the other person's.
I've never really got into betting props personally. It just seems like too much going on at that point. I don't want to be responsible for more stuff.
Let's just keep it away.
Sometimes, you know, when the game's going a little slow or you're not involved in a lot of pots because you're playing tight because of the dynamic, it can give you something to pass the time.
And then they invented smartphones.
Ah, yes. Maybe it's for when your smartphone battery dies.
Back in action. Folds to the small blind. And Cate raises.
And the straddle's back on, so Samantha's in the straddle. Cate raises with the jack 9. Samantha has the 10-9 and makes the call.
Yeah, we're playing that if the other person doesn't notice, we don't pay. 7. Yeah, I like it too.
You're lucky that you're
Ace
you,
pairs a
because
board
this
on the
is the
turn, and
morning
Cate
of
has the
the
check
lineup.
mark. Let's see what happens.
Hi, baby.
You hit a prop or something?
Yeah, I won.
She bet. Sam folds.
Red or black?
Your first turn, right?
Every hand, you're trying to get even?
No, we were playing every hand, but if the other person doesn't move us, then you don't win. So we were missing a lot.
Stupid eye twitch is gonna kill me.
It's still bothering you?
Hey, there's those legs you like in the back.
I mean, I'm sure if I went to the poker room, I could find that lady.
Jason's
But I don't
leg
like
showing
this
back
is
up.
what-
Did we win?
5 and 1 so far. Biggest bet for Frank. He's
Really?
commentating.
Frank who?
Hey, this is Matt trying to lobby to get me in the game, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
If I would have been willing to wear the skirt.
I think he just need the moo like Homer wore around for decided it was comfortable, said he was going to wear it the rest of his life.
7-8.
So we're playing kitty.
7-8 offsuit. Cate raises.
Kitty.
I thought somebody was
Jessica
coming.
calls with 10 jack of hearts.
Somebody's coming in at 10:30. Oh, she did too? Reggie?
Got her
Wait, what about
dog.
Gentili?
You don't want to play?
Sorry.
Hey, Kitty, do you have her number?
Can we play till midnight anyway? Because they bag at, you guys bag at midnight, so what are we going to do for now?
You guys keep it entertaining, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're fine. It's just one more.
What time are we looking at? 11 or 12?
Ooh, that's a button.
12. 12.
You guys got a butter on.
Can we play till 12, please?
Can we play to 12, please?
12?
Yeah, it's toss up.
Everyone but me. Sam, Kate, and Jamie.
So they're discussing whether or not they're going to get another player here.
How much? Nice.
Jamie is a bloat, too. Huh? You're a bloat.
I cannot have very much luck with those pens.
That's like at least the
Oh, are we
5th
starting?
pen I've
Okay,
tried
sorry.
today.
I realized you're in it.
Try to jot down notes.
You're gonna laugh when you say
I don't know what it is. It's the humidity or
It's a red.
Yeah.
It's not like you're short.
it must be this paper.
Could be the paper.
11, you get
Boo, that's like the worst.
That's like
combination
extra
thing.
punishment. Yeah, he's like, but you get to interview.
You guys get to stay here. If you guys want to go with us, we're going to meet Jake Schwartz down downtown tonight.
Okay, there is a worse combination.
I know.
Thank you.
When you said us, that was not me.
So what do we have? King, queen of clubs, queen, 10 of hearts, and pocket nines
Yeah.
to the flop.
There's a straddle.
Yeah.
350 call.
They're still playing 6-handed. Natasha hits top pair with her queen 10. 4, 8, 10 rainbow.
Super Twan.
Anna.
And Cate calls with her 2 overs and back to a draw.
Sorry, that was.
And Jamie throws away her 2 nines.
Wisely.
I feel like Jamie is in the I'm going to have these chips when the game's over. mode.
Locking them down, as I said earlier. Yep.
Yes.
That's what you call locking down a win.
It's I've reached the point where if we were playing cash, I would stand up and leave.
Don't bluff. Cut it
But since I
out.
can't,
But I'm on
Cut it
TV.
out.
Oh, really?
hilarious.
I didn't even see it. I thought it was.
So that's their chip counts.
Sammy, you missed 3 blacks last.
What?
The hand before, when I was talking to Jason,
Jamie.
she just told me I was
What about that shot?
Sam and Kate's
Oh,
number
really?
keep
You
going
saw
up.
it the whole time, didn't you?
I didn't. It wouldn't matter anyway. I wouldn't tell you anymore.
I don't
Pretty sure that profit
All
loss
right,
for
so-
Jamie is the one that's off. I think she got credited for buying an extra when she did.
What do we have here? Queen Jack of diamonds raises to 300. Jack 8 of hearts calls. Flop is king, queen 9. 9 pairs the turn.
How many chips do you have?
No.
And another 9 finds its way to the board on the river. So there's 3 9s out there. Cate's got a full house, 9s full of
Sometimes.
queens.
How many?
Seems like Cate just keeps hoping Lexy will
No pressure.
volunteer her money.
Just like yesterday.
That's
So
great.
She
far,
did catch her with
Lexy's-
that big bluff, that $3,000 on the last what,
Yes.
lap
How many?
and a half ago. She decides to bet her own hand.
I don't know. I just watch the good, man. I don't watch the poker.
I think my board was good. Nine, four clubs.
That's Lexy saying she thought her board was good.
Okay, crazy.
Cool.
She thought that the board was going to play that hand, and
You're gonna like that one.
Yeah.
she didn't want to fold it, but she went ahead and did it. Her board was not good.
It's hard to call and try to win half the pot
It is.
when that's your best case scenario.
Wow.
I think we started first, right?
I knew I'd get it. I knew I'd get it out of him.
I know.
You did.
I think I was the first one.
Let's go. Only because I called it out to see. Before I looked at my cards. Or knew that you hadn't had. I didn't know.
Jessica,
All of those
did
things
Jessica
change.
raise? Yeah. She raised to 150 with 10 jack of heart.
Sorry.
I guess she liked that flop.
Ah, she won her prop bet. She probably got double because it was all the same
All
color,
diamond.
all the same suit.
And she flopped top pair with ace king and then hit another king on the turn.
Yes. Then she decided to bet the 200 she won from her prop bet. And they both called.
Both 10 jacks called.
Both drawing dead called.
Mm-hmm. Sam calls, so Jessica has to muck. Overcall there's always dead.
Yeah, isn't she?
She's trying so hard.
Not always.
Too obvious.
Pretty much always.
It wasn't worth it, too.
I know. It wasn't even a big
I thought somebody was coming into that extra seat a minute ago.
Yeah,
But I don't know what was going on. Maybe somebody else was buying. I thought I heard the little machine going.
Definitely thought it was.
Ah, maybe.
would.
I did not hear the machine, but
I would.
You never told that one.
That's my imitation.
Not once.
yeah.
I felt bad about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't feel bad.
Am I starting my straddle? I think they
Tell her, like,
oh, we stopped. Good thing.
25-50 are the blinds still. No straddle. Jamie decides to call there. Maybe she's unlocking those chips just a little.
She does have the button position, and Jessica has the shortest stack of the opponent, so she's not taking a lot of risk playing the pot with her.
Good point.
And I don't even notice because I'm not paying attention, so I don't know when the blacks come. Maybe we shouldn't play this game.
I need to have a drink to be on your level.
So you win a pot.
Get one.
Thanks.
It's a good point. But, you know, that's a good point you made also earlier. You know, if you're in a regular cash game at that point, you feel like you're up, you know, a good amount for what you wanted to risk and win. And you can book it. It's tough to have to sit in a game that you don't want to sit in. It could be like mentally sort of where she's at a little bit.
Like 3 hands I don't
Definitely
like.
could be. I know I've sat in poker games that I thought were great and, you know, had a good session and been up, you know, 5 buy-ins in a game that's on the upper level of what I choose to play anyway.
Mhm.
So I'm sitting there in, you know, some game that's like on the border of things that I won't play anymore, and then all of a sudden I have 6 times as much in front of me as I sat down with.
Right.
And I'm sitting there going, wow, it really sucks to lose all this. And then at the same time, thinking to myself, this is as good a game as I'm going to play in 6 months. Like,
Yeah.
how can I leave?
Yep. Yeah, it's funny how that goes sometimes. There's a humidity making the cards stick together a little.
I'm fresh.
Sam flops top pair with ace queen. Queen high
But
board.
has to pay off the red-black bet.
Oh, man,
She
there's
fires
200 more.
Chip.
Got to
Well,
get that
I think
money
it's only
back.
1 chip unless you get the sweet.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. You've been paying a lot more attention to basically everything. To the world.
She made fun of me. I made fun of her.
It's me trying to make these pens work.
For some reason, I was like, more afraid to make fun of Natasha than anybody else.
Because I was mean to you.
I don't remember that, but I can totally believe that. Because I have like a
relatively early.
it's frightening emotional reaction.
Yeah.
That's Chris Bryant.
Okay. Are you gonna play the side thing, or you're in the?
I'm going to say yes,
Now
but
I'm
in
like-
February when spring training starts
you.
again.
It's me this time.
Pass it on.
You don't know who Chris
I
Bryant
play
is.
the
No.
side thing.
I remember what it was. Okay.
National League MVP this year, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
is the Chicago Cubs.
I like the Cubs. I'm a Cubs fan. I even went to a game at Wrigley Field.
Oh, nice.
This
I've never
year.
been to Wrigley Field.
Yeah, I took my daughter there for her 20th birthday. She actually went the very first time in 1997. Harry Carey's last season was her first game, and she was 1.
Uh-huh.
So this was her second trip to Wrigley Field. Sam flops top pair on a Jack 3-9 board. I guess here's your
Yeah.
Jamie
is the favorite in the hand, even though Sam's ahead. So
I'll come get it in a second.
Sam
Jamie
has
just turned
all
her
these
dead.
outs. But then when she doesn't get one, she doesn't have any more outs. They don't go away. She has to hit it twice.
Bink. So there's a bet and a call for $600 on the
I
turn.
haven't booked it quite yet. I'm going to. What? Yes. I don't.
A
I
sort
haven't
of
even
meaningless
scheduled.
4 hits the river.
Seems that would be a day too. What is it? I wish they like direct buying. What is the bounty?
60 good. 60, 50, 500.
Jamie checks.
What time is it?
It's an interesting check there. I guess she feels like
Oh, yeah.
Sam's been playing aggressive.
She checked it. She's in position.
Think how much?
She bet. That just check mark means she wins the pot.
Oh.
She bet 1,700.
See, that's the thing. I can't understand this board. I shouldn't have had as much to drink at dinner.
Sam made the call. Apparently, Sam's not aware that Jamie's on lockdown.
That's what it is. It's Desiree. Dude,
Although
you
it's
get
a
her so
tough
much
spot
business.
with top pair and an over kicker.
Are you complaining?
I hate it when you miss that lockdown notification.
How good
Actually,
must
wait,
you be
I had
running
one.
in other
But I
respects?
had one heart.
How good what?
How good must you be running in other respects to have that mountain of chips then?
I'm just playing like if you don't
playing.
dance, I'd be like,
You're
no,
playing
this
amazing.
never happened, never
I
happened.
grew up. What's that?
I'm just playing a lot better than
Went to
everybody.
World Series game 3. Grew up 8 blocks from Wrigley Field. That's a little creepy when people know more about you than you do. When your Twitter followers are following a little too close. Cate's open back up with a 3-bet, King 8 of spades.
Red, 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 so I can get
And the
200
cutoff.
back.
She's got 25,800 behind.
Oh, good enough.
Oh, we got a little pot going here.
Sam is going to be persistent about this one.
Sam has the best hand and the best draw. Well, the best hand part went away, but she still has the best draw.
Mm-hmm.
Makes the tournament thing so much better.
Oh yeah, I kept way too much. Kept a lot of that tournament, and I was like, oh no.
Natasha bets 800.
Always feels so good. That's spot.
There's the net flush.
The tiniest bit of disappointment.
Those flushes don't seem like they're missing on the river much today.
It appears you were wrong about having a stalker. Just wishful thinking.
Yeah, thank you.
Wrigley Field is a great place. Completely unrelated to this hand.
Oh, look at me buying me wine.
So Sam bets $2,000 on the river. Natasha's got to decide whether or not to call.
Stopping at 11.
It's a tough spot.
45 minutes. 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, She's just representing having a flush. It's a question whether you believe her or not.
Than this side of it.
Yeah, and I would imagine Natasha's probably thinking to herself, Sam's been playing so aggressive today. Would she have checked that flush draw on the flop?
It's 3 ways in front first position. So Sam checked to.
Yep.
So he didn't flop the nine.
That's the things that kind of roll around in your brain at this point.
Maybe not. Last time I played,
Also, you must be
Jason
dying
was
to
on my
show me a
left,
bluff, right?
and I was miserable.
Yeah, 3-bet, 4-bet all day.
And just like,
Your hand is so. Your hand
do
is
it.
so good.
Good call.
You can't slow roll. me.
Oh, wow. That's a brutal slow roll.
Wow. Give me 100 back.
Is there a slow roll prop
Neither
bet
of you
going
guys are
on?
good at slow
Or
rolling at
a
all.
dare? Or?
Literally, I knew exactly what you had. I'm like,
She
oh
holds her
God.
cards up. She's
I don't know if there's a slow roll prop, but I know a couple minutes ago when Natasha had that ace king against the jack 10, didn't she slow roll a little bit?
Maybe a little, but I don't know. That
Pretty sure it was
that was just mean-spirited.
I think the two of them have something going on. They know each other. pretty
Clearly,
well.
Sam is mad about not having her own Shih Tzu. We call that Shih Tzu envy. Sam just open folds the 4-5 of hearts on the button there.
She's still busy stacking, the
Stacking,
last pot.
yeah. Stacking those chips. 5-handed though. 4-5 of hearts. I'm up some money. I'm playing that thing. I'm playing it.
Yeah. They all got new wine to drink. Jealous.
last time they all did this, like,
Yeah, the wine that they're serving us back here isn't nearly as good.
just completely hated her by the end of
They
the day.
figure they're paying
I know,
us
and
so
they were
much
best
money
friends,
though.
like, later on in the
Buy
day.
our
I was
own
at
wine.
Sugar House. Yeah. I was only there for like an hour and a half, and I was like watching it start.
All of the money.
Yeah.
But that night I also started with 5, and that's why I was, feels nice when you start.
Lots of people asking about Jamie, whether she's winning or rebought, why the graphics keep coming up saying she's losing. Pretty sure she's in 5,000. Pretty sure she's winning a decent
That was
amount.
the most reserved. That was
Somewhere in the
most reserved
15,000
Kate ever
range, if I was to guess.
Ooh.
Looking at her stack.
Talking about.
Yes.
No,
You and I have not missed a hand of coverage that I recall.
Then, like,
So there's
oh, yeah,
nothing
no, I won
that
13.50.
could have gotten
Yeah,
by.
Recorded it in my book.
I think you went and got a bottle of
I
water
won like
at one point.
$1,500 off Jen, my best friend, when I left, and then Sam won literally every
yeah.
other pot.
So Natasha
I
has
was
pocket
watching, so I had to
kings
stream
here
Twitch that
against
day, so I had to
5-7
leave.
of diamonds.
And I'm watching, and I was like, oh.
Somehow we've got to the turn, and we're gone.
Didn't you guys win money off Helmuth?
Yeah.
He took my seat.
I was down.
He gets
Oh, really?
No, Kate
Someone
literally
did. Lindley
after the
did.
show-
Lindley won a bunch that day,
So
too.
Kate was like,
Thank
what do you think I'm gonna do? Like, I hardly played any hands. I'm like, oh my God, it's so
Yeah.
funny.
I think Lindley won a bunch.
She was literally like
Yeah.
rebetting. There was like every single hand was like, and then she comes on the show and I'm like, wait, what? So not like her.
I was
But you just card. You were card dead.
so
you know?
hard dead. And afterward, I was like, this is brutal. I'll never be invited back. Like, everybody's gonna think I suck.
Cheers, ladies.
We're
I
not.
was really sad about it.
We're not. It was a good uptick from then.
Oh,
Pocket aces?
2 aces on the button.
God, I run so bad.
Wow.
That's another way to get those chips out of lockdown.
Not even like an exaggeration.
That's the flip side of all those respectful laydowns
Yeah.
that been making from the big blinds.
You guys want to do a PLO flip?
A proposed PLO flip.
We always like those.
End of
that
the
helping
day,
out
people
for
are
time?
stuck.
I was just trying to.
PLO flip is where everybody agrees to put in a certain amount of money pre-flop, gets 4 cards, and then they just deal out the board, and the winner takes it down.
Yes, yes. Using Omaha rules, you have to use 2 cards out of your hand.
5 times 1. Dead serious.
It was 10.
It was 10, so it was whatever. 10 times 1 or something. It was even worse.
It was worse than 5. It was 10.
It was bad.
Let me tell you
I
what's
think that was
infinitely
a
worse than 5.
mistake. I think I put 10 times 1 in the calculator, and you saw
Oh,
that part.
Kate's going to beat Lexy again.
Sorry.
But I don't think that was what I was actually trying to multiply. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so. Got it.
I don't think that we
That was a weird one. I played that weird.
You have an ace?
Oh, red, red, red.
But it was bad. But
Just feeding your.
you what?
It was like warm here, but it just got cold, like really cold.
Yeah.
Bad bluff, dude. I'm telling you. Bluff. They warm up. That's how it works.
That's what happens.
Yeah. It really does work. I'll like feed bright red.
Question is, who's going to call my all with queen 8-3? Who will be? You might do it. 4,700.
Sam is definitely the.
You got to cover that. Listen, if you have queen 8 and I'm all in.
Who is Frank Casella?
Who the hell knows?
Flop coming here. Sam defending the 9-8 in the big blind. And flopping
Boom.
top 2 pair.
You're at a D-bar?
D-bar. L-bar?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I thought we were thinking about
They are laughing and having a good time.
Now,
Can you take myself anywhere?
we're going to get some money in this pot.
Yeah, Natasha turns an ace. And a
And a
better
flush
flush
draw.
draw.
Well, I mean,
I'm actually pretty happy. I'm actually pretty happy I get to play the tournament tomorrow. Considering
that's true. How many times
I know.
can you bring this up?
Plus, these are my two like remaining.
Coming from the two that are stuck.
Yeah.
So we're allowed to say what we want.
But Kate, how do I feel? These are my two like remaining spots. Like we have to go to the tournament tomorrow.
I don't know. Every time it's good. So.
Let's just go get drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still at the tournament, so like, we just do whatever we want.
Fuck it. We'll just show up an hour too late. Whatever.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
What do you win for, Jess?
Hell of a call. Hell of a call.
What do you win for?
I don't know what to do.
What do you win for? 5. That's it?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh,
And the best part
You
is
still,
the last
this is
one.
winning.
still have a prayer.
That's all I have left.
I'm in for 20, no big deal.
I would rebuy it if we're not quitting in like 20 minutes.
Half an hour or something.
I'm gonna try to fill Helmuth at one time. I swear to you, I've played three different shows where every time he comes in and he gets like short stacked, he's like, yeah, but this one time I only had 700 in front of me from 5K, and I ran up to 20K. But every time he told me that story, he gets stacked like right away. And I'm like, but what about all the times you get stacked in between? But this one time.
He always buys in short too.
Not sure what they're talking about.
They're talking about Phil, I think. Phil playing
Helmy?
poker. Losing chips.
The football earlier was so
Rallying from the short stack.
Poor Phil.
Yeah, when you're like,
I'm pretty sure it's not this one time at band camp.
Hey, let's
That's
try
just
the
wrong.
last guy.
30 minutes. Let's straddle
We're
the
not
rest
supposed to
of
talk
the day.
politics.
Let's do it.
I'll be all in.
Is everyone gonna do one?
You didn't go to band camp when you were a kid, Frank?
It's only 90 minutes.
Let's take
You know,
And straddle.
I tried the oboe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 30 minutes. Yeah, it's 30 minutes. They're making it stop.
11?
Yeah.
That's a funny movie. I hadn't seen that in a
We weren't
long
interested
time.
enough.
Come on, crew.
Tell him.
I didn't mean that.
Pocket
Don't
three.
feel bad on you. You're doing
My
great.
nemesis. Just talking about
Guys, you
that
great
set
work.
over set hand in Atlantic City. Hated pocket threes ever since.
The one-hand poker tournament.
The
Those are the worst. You travel somewhere.
6 bullets.
That's the only time I've ever done that.
You can pull some sex.
Yeah,
Have you ever done that? Like literally gone through all that trouble to play in one tournament?
Never that much trouble, but there was one year in the first week at the World Series, I went bust the first hand, second hand, fourth hand, in like 3 of the 6 events I played.
Is it a man thing or is it a big girl thing?
It's got them all in the head every time.
Are we playing
And
like
lost them all.
21% less time than them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember
That's your
like,
calculator.
what different companies were playing that. There was a lead-up event for like 2,000 the day before that had a huge like guarantee that I barely missed too.
10
Like
times
an
one.
added needle. So we have a 9-10 of
We'll give you
diamonds
pencil and
raise
paper.
here.
What do you think about this? Is the oboe or euphemism?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how to help people.
Nice.
I mean,
We were just trying to be
Thanks,
cute.
Jamie.
You're welcome, Jessica.
9-10 of diamonds from Lexy raises. Ace,
Like 20%?
king. I guess re-raised. Hand's
That's how
gone.
he does it. I read it somewhere.
And it wasn't an oboe. It was oboe. It was a it was a French horn.
I don't think this is getting any better, Frank.
This way, with like the.
I only think about it in between.
Sometimes you should just let it go.
That last
Whoa,
You're the
double
one that brought
shadowing?
it off the feed. Don't be throwing the feet up at me.
Well, it's the first rule of holes. When in one, stop digging. I'm not in the hole. So,
Sam's your house.
I'm just handing you a shovel and letting you have some fun.
Can't multiply 10 times 1. And doesn't know how many chips she has.
All right.
These are 40s.
These are 40s, but actually they're 30s. And it might be 26s.
Cate raises to $1.50
And if I hit either
with
of
King
my
Jack, and Sam calls with
that way.
9 deuce,
If you hit any of your cards.
which is again a good hand for
Here's
blackjack.
the bad part about this is that I'm losing in this game.
Not
Check.
yet. We still have time.
I like your optimism, James.
I
that.
like it so far.
You have a 10.
Oh, fuck you.
Boom. Sam continues to be creative. She did catch a 9 on the turn, though. So
She has a pair.
that is a pair. It's not easy to have a pair.
People are asking what the Seahawks score is going to be tomorrow. They're about 4 hours away. You know, if I went bus yesterday and today, there's some chance I might have ended up over there. That would have been fun. The Seahawks are playing in Tampa Bay.
Really?
Yeah. I think Seattle will win that game, but I think it'll be a little higher scoring than people expect. I'm going to go out on a limb and call it 27-20 Seahawks.
How did that one? There was one game today that had like a 35-point line and an over/under of like 55 or something. Did you hear
Was
about
that like
that game?
Clemson or something?
I don't remember. I just remember seeing somebody tweet about it yesterday and thought that was kind of crazy.
Started talking a little bit earlier.
So Cate fires out a bet here on the river. I don't think Sam can call this. There's 3 clubs out there.
I like already feel like I'm heading.
She'll be letting it go.
It's how strong the connection is with like hangovers. I'm like, it's coming already.
It's already Have you called the river yet? Have you seen this?
No.
I'm wondering if this has anything to do with this.
Now that you mention it, I don't think I have.
How much would it take for me to streak at the Bucks game?
I don't know, but I'm donating.
10K is not a big enough number.
Well, for one thing, you'd have to take off day 2.
Yeah, I'd give up all my equity in the poker tournament.
Go 3.
Come on. Lex, what do you have?
I didn't have a bucket show.
I am.
So Cate
Frank
wins
John
another
Bugs wants you to say hi to him.
Hi, John Bugs.
Remember when I said it's either my
Pro tip for Rep Porter.
Next time,
I'll have a Pappy Van Winkle.
Sam.
I'm going to try one of those cinnamon whiskey things you were talking about.
Fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time I have a drink, I'm going to have that for sure. Looks like we got a straddle going again, 25, 50, 100.
I don't know.
Fire it up.
Well,
Next
I
time
didn't
I'm
see
at
that
the
before.
Aria
You were
with
talking about,
Mr.
like,
Helmet.
dogs
Maybe
can
I'll
watch
see if
your
he wants to
iPad
buy
or
me a
whatever.
Pappy
I
Van
read
Winkle.
a study
Do it.
that
Phil
they get
likes
stressed
good
out.
scotch and good bourbon.
Yeah,
and
that
good
they don't understand.
Does
Well,
he?
obviously they don't
Yeah.
understand. They're not like, oh, this is an iPad. My owner is somewhere else. But like,
Makes them
yeah,
they can't like touch you
and you're small.
And the
like,
Aria
you don't get it.
is always very generous to Phil, so you can just kind of...
I think it's because they sponsor him.
Yeah.
Probably, I'm just saying. So, the whiskey's usually on the house.
Yes.
The Aria treats everybody right.
Yes.
And dogs, if you leave your TV on PBS, and they don't like it.
Pappy Van Winkle does not want any fireball.
Does not approve of the cinnamon whiskey.
Someone's home.
Ooh, we might have a hand
I'll
here.
find it.
A little bit of diamond action. Come on, Diamond.
Oh, Kate's going to fire it up.
We want somebody to lose a tooth.
Like when there was like.
You're like, do we want him watching this programming? He might learn to be violent.
No, I'm serious.
Here we go.
You go like the
Boom.
stampede. And
First, got to see if Natasha wants to call Kate 3-bet out of the small
Oh,
blind.
she's
here.
calling.
It's just
All
someone
right.
talking. the whole
Come
time.
on.
Their tone is like directed at children, you know, and it's like positive reinforcement stuff, like, and
So,
somehow connected.
Natasha's starting to hand with
She's,
just under 7,000. Kate's got 26.
Oh,
That's the flop we wanted. We have an
Yeah, sometimes
open-ended
gets, like, a
straight
little
flush
stressed,
draw.
Like, I'll FaceTime him. when
Against
Chris
the
is
nut
home
flush
at night,
draw.
And he definitely, like, he looks, he turns his head, and he, like, doesn't look happy. You know?
They would
Yeah.
She busted
That's
so
how I
late.
feel with
She
you.
busted like at 9:30.
Look at those numbers. It's an interesting thing. 56%, 44%. Flop an open-ended straight flush draw. You're behind.
Mikey from San Antonio is giving us a shout out.
Hey, Mikey.
I think this is going to be a big pot.
Hey man, how you doing?
Yep.
$25.50.
5 of diamonds would be really cool to see on the turn.
Yeah. This pot just got big.
Yeah. So Natasha's put a little over a third of her stack out there.
I'm literally just trying to figure out how much you have.
Kate
because
shoves
I'm
here.
not
I think it's
counting.
going all in.
Sam,
Boom.
Calculator.
Got it.
Can't fold there.
No, I think Kate's probably pushing them in, and Natasha's probably calling.
Yep.
It's in my shortcut.
wow, I gotta do it.
Don't stump her. You want to make it easier.
It's in her shortcuts. I like your style, Sam.
What, have you seen Big Daddy?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not using one.
Keep up anonymous.
It's not fair.
Oh man, that's so funny. So true. I love that part. It's so good.
The whole movie is so good. I need
So-
to rewatch that.
So good. I could catch myself. I like want to watch it, but then like when I get ready to watch it, I'm thinking like I think about the movie, and I'm like, wait, I know like every single part of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And that's one of that and Dumb and Dumber. The Grinch. We used to watch
Apparently, we had a little more waiting
I don't know if it was
before.
like that with,
Hmm?
Liar.
The smooth call from Kate. That was not expected.
No.
Home Alone. Was that
Home
what-
Alone.
No,
over
she'll be in a
and
weird
over
spot if she
again.
misses the flush draw on the turn, then checks and has to face another
We
bet.
didn't know his name, and we called him Home Alone. And if we saw him in another movie, we'd be like, oh, fun for this movie.
Because if you're Natasha, you're definitely sticking your stack in. Boom. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
You're gonna stick it in either way. I would have.
Life would be
I mean, you've only got 4,400 behind and a
It looks
10K
like she has
pot.
a little more than that. She threw in a 5,000 chip, and they gave her those 5 purples back. So
So the
she might have
graphics a
some
little
number.
wrong, or
Yeah, she might have some number closer to
You're so prepared.
6,000 or so.
either way, she's she's turned the 9 high straight here. Wow.
Nice bluff, Todd.
You're too good. Nah.
Interesting.
I think I should have. I think
I don't even. Yeah. I mean, without seeing the river, you know, it's obviously
Got too
hard to
much
know.
money.
But I mean, I think in that
money
spot
for-
personally,
never
I
had it
would have
before, but
pushed
one
the
day.
short stack in because I wouldn't have wanted to face that bet on the river.
Feeling like next year's gonna be the year.
Natasha?
No, on Kate's spot, I think I would have gone ahead and
Gone in, all
and
in
shoved
on the,
there. Yeah, I would have
pre-flop?
put Natasha. No, on the flop. I would have
I
put
mean,
her
yeah,
back in
sorry,
that
on
position
the-
to make the decision because I wouldn't have wanted to face a missed flush draw.
Yeah, the,
Check
the,
fold on the turn.
the turn having
Yeah.
to give up.
Because that's essentially what she did. I don't know whether or not she put her on a straight draw as well.
Right.
You know, so she essentially missed the flush draw on the turn and had to fold.
You know, sometimes when the board's paired, people are
Overly afraid of a full house or
well a
whatever.
little more cautious.
Yeah.
You don't have 9 outs to the nuts or 8 outs to the nuts.
Right.
5.
True.
Literally 5.
Okay, 8. I was 5. I was like, wait. I was literally like, look back. I'm like, I'm staring at the board. I'm staring at the board, and you said 5, and I'm like, wait, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yes, I've never seen someone like get back to even 200 at a time.
Me?
I feel like it's happening. Yeah.
No, that's how I do.
Huh?
Right,
That's
what
how
I
I do it.
It's doing it.
If I don't rebuy, I try to do it.
You're doing it.
Pocket aces. Who doesn't like that?
Yeah.
You're only in
Must be nice. Straddles on. Pick up 2
Really not
aces.
actually. You're really not.
Will she get action?
Okay.
3.
What is the pink one? 5?
This one?
5?
See if Jamie comes out of lockdown a little. Let's see what happens. Whoop, that'll do it.
Flop a little flush. A couple people in the chat asking this game, I think, is about another half hour. And it does not look like they're going to find another player.
No.
They tried, but all the people who were interested left sometime during the
And they wouldn't let me
first
play.
6 hours. Frank didn't bring his moo-moo.
Clearly, they haven't heard about how easy money I am at the no limit table. I don't know who didn't get that memo.
Well, you tried to tell them that story about what Rick Solomon did to you.
Right?
Should have.
That seemed right. That seemed like an easy story.
That was a movie about candy.
Kothrax poker. Lockdown lifted again. Temp lift for Jamie lockdown chips.
Well, she turned a pair there, so that, just puts her in a little bit more of.
Was it? No.
Wait, chocolate.
She's definitely going to stick some more chips in there now.
Oh.
It's a joke, like they say.
Is this a new movie?
No.
Oh.
What year did they come out? 2000.
Kate feels like she's in a really good spot here with pocket aces.
Kate does a really good job with her bet size. It makes it hard for other people to draw on pots against her.
I think they're new for several years. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this came out not too long ago.
Kate has a really good game. She's been playing really good today.
teacher.
These are really good players.
I saw that.
So
They're all very good players.
Jamie across the felt, you don't think she has 14 outs here with 46 unknown, so
Yep.
she's getting close to 2-1 plus some applied odds. She probably thinks she's getting the right price to draw there.
Yep.
Where
It's like there's 3 of them now.
Kate's trying to price out the just straight flush draw, not the
really like that
combo
movie.
draw type hand.
Yeah.
Did they ever make a sequel?
I swear it was last week.
No, they did.
If she thinks that
Finding Nemo too. Just came out last week.
Jamie had a 10 jack there.
I want to see it, but I'm afraid of it.
Tricky.
Because I saw the.
She's still thinking about the Finding Nemo.
Jamie's
came
going to
out.
represent it.
Think about it.
The second one, the new
Yep.
one.
Temporary lockdown lifted. She bets $2,700 into the pot.
Oh my gosh.
Got him.
I think about it.
Yeah, the open ender got there.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Problem is, the king high flush draw made a pair of kings, and that might be enough to get her called.
It's sad. You'll kill yourself. It's great though. You had to see it.
It's so cute. It's sad you'll kill yourself, but it's great.
You should have champagne stuff.
That was her description.
I don't think they have the cheap stuff here. But we're going to Center Bar after.
Yes.
Plus,
We are.
Kate's made a couple of tight folds, it seems like. So,
Wait, you're down for that.
I mean, wouldn't be the most shocking fold, but
I don't think the bet's big enough to get her to fold. I think she calls her.
I'll put the paper down on the back.
I think around 4,000 she might let go.
she's definitely thinking about it, though.
And I was like, I'll just go to the bathroom and wipe it off.
Certainly she's not considering a raise.
Get over my shirt. I'm like,
It's
kind of a leveling
She's not
spot.
showboating in any way, so she's genuinely thinking.
And Colin, you're gonna have Pen Jack, and people are gonna be like, "Why would you call Jamie? She's such a nut." We're doing it anyway.
Is he not those people?
we're not here.
That's the tough spot she's in. Jamie played this hand exactly how you'd play a draw. The question is, which draw was she on? The straight
Yeah.
draw or the flush draw? It's a tough spot.
Well, trying to get all the reads.
It's hard to make that call on the turn with the Jack 10. I mean, if you think through this hand,
So I'm the only one.
it has to be like the Jack 10 of diamonds here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
The Jack 10 wasn't getting the right price on the turn. This bet on the end probably
agree.
still doesn't even get you to the right price. And
you got a read? What do you?
Jamie probably understands like that part of it. So if Kate can,
Kate makes the call.
yep, I think it's a good call.
How do you call me? I'm such a nit.
She has aces.
Yeah.
That was a respectful call.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When people say, I'm
I
giving
know.
you credit, and they fold, I'm like, no, you're giving me no credit when you
Exactly.
fold.
Nice hand.
Tough spot. Jamie had her chips on lockdown. She had herself a nice little up session. Will she loosen up for the last How much longer do they got? 20 minutes? 30 minutes?
Yes, how?
Hmm?
That is the question. They have about 20 more minutes.
Yeah.
Will she be frustrated by that hand, or will she continue to play solid?
I don't know.
We're doing a straddle for the entire time, right? So just like
You can still raise it later on when it falls around you. Yeah. No problem.
Straddle's back on.
That's what was going on.
Jamie gets a playable hand. Jack
The big
queen of
question
spades.
in my mind is,
Are you gonna go?
if
After?
Kate folded, would Jamie have showed her across the felt?
At this stage, I don't think so, just because they've had, a pretty friendly session, especially, in the last hour.
Yeah.
Even though Cate is the one that kind of rubbed her nose in that big.
The 4 of diamonds.
Yeah.
But that wasn't her as much as it was Kelly, right? Kelly had the
Oh, was
3,
it
6,
Kelly that she was in the
did?
hand with?
Oh, thank
Yeah.
I was thinking.
That's
okay.
worth
I don't even
5K to
know.
me.
I don't
I was
even
thinking
know
for
if,
some
like,
reason it was
Italian
Jamie,
is
but
even
but either way, yeah. I just don't think she would have done
They
it
were
at this
like-
stage of the day, though. It's been a long day.
Those
They're
ones
all
are very
really
few cards I just
friendly,
gonna
and
love. I have to, I think.
most
I probably
of the
should have made, like,
damage
32.
really was done to Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly's the one that lost all the money, so they're all just, for the most part, sitting there chopping up her money.
Yeah, except for Lexy. Lexy hasn't had a good day either.
No,
Disguising, you go home,
but
you
she
tell them
can't,
that I've left one.
It's not like she
Thank you.
walks away feeling like she played
Run
bad.
that
She's
hand
just
every
running
single
some
day.
crappy hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe a couple spots where she shouldn't have checked on a
Could be
turn.
worth it. It could be a
Then the
profitable
river
play.
would
to
flow,
me.
but I don't know.
Yeah, I
Got
thought
Top
wires.
over
Like
goes.
propaganda. I'll drop
Lexy played
leaflets.
well today.
That girl's
swear.
crazy.
I saw her.
Oh, yeah.
My
This girl,
three
she's
percentage
Oh,
is
she's
like
made
2.
some really good laydowns.
I saw her
Tough
bluff with a
ones.
pair and a
Really
special.
hard.
You should play that song.
Two players coming in with clubs.
Yeah.
No clubs. Nothing exciting. Drawn to the chop. No chop.
Just
What
tell me
Oh, but the 8.
Have you seen that have been
Is that a
Great.
$400 8?
Could be.
Earlier. And one
Really?
And it is a $400 8. You guessed it dead on, sir. Give that man a blue ribbon.
What did it say? I'm rich?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, even though that deck of cards was only worth $6 at retail, that was a $400 8.
Cape KO, shout out. Thanks for the great commentary, Rep and Frank.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We've had fun. How much did Kelly lose?
Either 20 or
least-
25.
Yeah, I was going to say at least 20.
I'm leaning towards 25.
I'll just be all in for my straddle.
Yeah, she had
Everyone
tough.
negative 3 roll for me.
Straddle.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna re-straddle all in.
I used to do that for the last dance.
Might. I'll probably have it. I won't look.
So there's an answer to
I
that
mean, honestly,
question.
someone's gonna have to call off like.
Jamie had a 4-7 of diamonds there on the button. Folded to her. She just insta-mucked it. So she's back on lockdown. She's not going to
That's
loosen
okay.
up
I think I
after
had
that big
6-3.
loss. She
You did?
definitely
I'm
wants
pretty
to
sure.
lock in whatever up she's
Look at your
got.
runs.
Call
Wait,
it a
you're on?
day.
Oh, you're on the regular straddle. I see.
Yeah, I mean, she, more than anyone else, I think she changed styles during the course of the game. You know,
It was really quiet
there's
forever, so probably is that.
a couple schools of no limit poker. There's the tag style and the
Looking
lag
at it, I was
style.
like,
and,
I just got
you know,
new
Kelly and
contacts
Lexy are
those look
definitely
like
laggy. I guess Kate mixed it up a little bit too, but Jamie
I'm not saying it's a.
is, you know, has shown both. She was 3-betting with like that ace-5 and a few other hands. Where definitely on the loose aggressive side, where, you know, like Natasha and Jessica have been on the tight and aggressive side when they play. Everyone has been aggressive. Nobody's been passive. And
Who would you say's been the most passive?
Hand warmer. I was like,
I would say Natasha personally.
probably,
Yeah.
probably. I don't know. Passive is the right word. She's been the tightest. She's been the
Tightest.
least pots. But when she's in the pots, she does tend to make her fair share of bets. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not.
Elbow closes at midnight, I think, right?
Do they?
I like center bar because then you just scoop everyone. Anyone walking by, we're like,
It's
get over
Saturday.
here.
There's no way.
The only,
they're closed.
the only problem with center bar though, it can get really
Actually,
smoky.
L bar we can't
Oh.
get free drinks with our cards.
What?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
They only have the champagne I like anyway in the center bar. So hang out there.
Center
Oh, we can
bar.
no, we can go there, and if we all want it more low key, we can go into plum. If we don't want it low key, we can stay at center.
Center bar's fine.
You can come, not drink, hang out. You're down.
What are you? Where
After
are you
this, going to like either center bar or the plum lounge. Just hang out.
Frank, apparently you're better than Norman Chad.
Am I? Excellent.
John Bugg says
I don't
so.
understand why they
Talk to
don't give
her.
me that contract then.
Maybe we'll do a little dancing. Who knows?
Well,
Let's see where the night takes us.
I'll come out for
I
like
mean,
an hour
aren't they
and, like,
tired of
can't-
that
you-
commentary?
You could either
yeah,
be
and be like, remember that one time
Norm
when I
or
went out
Lon,
and-
but they can't have
Remember
Norm
when
and
you asked me, and I
Norm.
said, yeah, when we hung out, yeah.
So
I'm
if you
good,
were
we're
to
here.
replace somebody, you'd be
No,
replacing.
I feel like
Norm.
WSOP, you also
Right.
have to go.
Well, he needs to.
But if he's
They
better
need,
than
they
you-
need to put. No, I thought they said that I'm better. Oh, I'm just the next Norman Chad. Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
not going to do me any good because
Well, maybe they're
He seems to
literally
be in
saying that
good
they're
shape.
going to offer you the job.
Yeah, I was like, what's up?
Heads up party. Sorry.
excellent.
Oh.
I was
All right,
hoping.
next time.
You know what? D Moon specifically like unhit on
Jimmy
me last time too.
Buffett is
She was
asking
like,
how
yeah, it's
much
like, I'm really into,
Kelly
like,
lost,
you
and we
know,
do
like,
believe
more
it was.
tans
I
and
think
that
we
type of
decided
stuff. I'm like,
25,000.
I was like,
so.
Ish.
man, my heart.
I think so.
How pressured for
It
him.
was at least 20 for sure.
My opinion.
It's like preemptively shut down. That's brutal. Like I like dudes, okay? So I'm not into brunette, skinny, tall
They're
girls.
into really lockdown mode, though. They're definitely into
Well,
you know
they're
post game.
talking about where they're going drinking.
Right, they're going
like
drinking
they
together.
haven't been drinking for the last
All right.
6
No,
hours.
yeah, nobody wants to put a hurting on anybody at this point. They just want to, you know, have them disassemble the table and
Yes.
and get out of there.
You knew I knew.
That's what they're thinking.
And as we say that, we get the 5-3 against the 10-4.
Why wouldn't we?
It was just too blind.
It was blind versus straddle.
Well, was it?
Yeah.
I wasn't even paying attention. I was watching them carrying parts.
Sam limped in the big blind to Jessica Straddle.
I can do 200. I'll help you out. Let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I just found a stack of green.
Now,
I
this is
couldn't
the
see,
feel,
and I
you
filled
know,
it
when
with,
you're in the game
the
and
regular straddle. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
you're at the Bellagio and
But now you get
the
credit for,
fish
like,
have left.
Oh, for
got
me,
all their
exactly.
money. and
Tell everyone also
you're
I'm
just
crazy.
chatting with your friends, you know,
See if somebody
waiting
else
to
shows
see if
up.
another one shows up. Nobody wants to hurt each other. You're just kind of chatting and folding.
Yes. And no Moon Girl today mentioned again. Danielle's one of my favorites. I saw her in Reno when I was there at the Run It Up event for Jason Somerville's thing. We drank some Fireball.
Did you?
Yeah.
There you go.
She even made me karaoke with her.
you know,
We got us a pot.
This will be a hand.
something.
Also,
Trying
she's
to
looking
play
at
friendly,
rings I
and then
haven't
the
looked at,
dealer
like-
goes and coolers some
I feel like I've
Ace,
been-
queen of
I hadn't
hearts
looked at
against
it either. I was
pocket
like,
kings.
let's go.
Queen jack, jack 10.
Let's go right down the trash
Notice
can.
that? Sometimes I just look in
Sam
Who
makes a
plays?
big 3-bet.
She's like this. She like, it's on her. She's like, looking to see if there's
Wow.
anybody out there.
This could be a big hand. Let's see.
Adam, Lex doesn't want to be the
A
same.
little ace king action on this flop would
Not a
be
good one.
what we like to root for.
What about the King High 3
Wasn't it
heart
4-5?
board?
That'd be good. That might slow everybody down.
You literally cannot have exactly the same hand. Do you feel like that hits your range?
1,500 call.
That is my range.
So Sam continues to play aggressive after the flop. She's down to 3 outs. After the turn comes a 3 of
Who did
hearts.
that?
Looks like she's reaching for chips. 3,500, right?
Looks like it. Oof. We're going to get another call here from Cate, I think.
Yeah, that's a beautiful board for pocket kings. You just love that. Just hard to be more excited. Cate shouldn't take too long here, though. That's
Your
when people
resume
get
has
well.
been
People get
presented to ESPN.
mine. That's good. I'm glad. Yeah, there you go. She didn't take too long, so it wasn't too fishy. There we go.
Where are the
Boy,
aces on the river?
that would have been
We
reversed.
could have had.
If that would have been the 3-4 heart on the flop, that would have been much more exciting. But
One big hand.
if Sam 3 barrels, it's going to be a big one.
Well, Cate smooth called 300 pre-flop, smooth called 1,800 pre-flop, called the 1,500, called the 3,500. It's perfectly reasonable for Sam to think that she's looking at, two tens here.
Yep.
And she's going to represent kings, queens, aces, and try to get her to lay down, a different pocket pair. Sevens, nines, tens.
She has a
jacks.
fistful of purple chips, and they're going in the middle.
She went all in.
Nuh-uh. Did she really?
Yeah.
Ouch. Ooh. In case you don't have your video up, $22,200 all in of real live money into what, a $14,000 pot?
Yeah.
15, 14, or 15. Ooh. Cate is faced with almost all of her chips. She's got $23,950. That is just brutal.
Actually, do you think it hits your range?
Cate
This
can't
very
fold.
friendly game just got very quiet. He folded.
Show it. We're gonna see.
Oh. That hurt me. Yikes. Whoa. Well, that was, I don't know, that was a strong play.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, the sound has just gone a little awry, for lack of a better way to put it.
I don't even think they can hear us.
I got no idea whether they can hear us or not. I know I hear that clicking. I turned it down on my mic so it's softer
Yeah.
at least.
And now there's a monster talking in the background.
I think that maybe that is the Cate Hall rage generating an electromagnetic field that is screwing up all the microphones out there.
Can't blame her. Wow. And that's one of those spots where, it's not like you just got pushed off the $7,500 you've put in the pot, but not
But
even
the
just
other
the $15,000 that's
win.
there total, but then the
there's
whole
the
other
money of them.
$22,000 that she's got sitting in front of. It's like you just cost yourself 40 grand there, and it's just hard. They can hear you talk about the electromagnetic field, so that's awesome. Yeah. Cate will not be joining them at after game dinner.
You don't think she's going to go have drinks with them?
I don't know. Would you?
Well, yeah. So I'm going to do my best to find where they are afterwards and have a cocktail. I assume you're coming
Oh, I'm far too old for that.
to go have a drink.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
If they end up at the Plum, that's a nice little place.
Is it?
I had a drink there with Matt Affleck last night.
Where's it at?
It's in the back of the high limit slot room. It's
Back toward the casino?
yeah.
Well, like I said, I don't really drink a lot, so, usually.
You don't have to drink a lot. You have one drink. You're sociable.
All right, I'll go drink a little. We have a pair versus pair there. I guess they folded.
Well, these pots just aren't very much fun anymore. I mean, there's like 300 in the middle. It's not like there's 35,000 out there someone's going to win.
That's just a brutal needle, and she can't even hear it. I don't think. I hope she's not in there getting something to drink. Sam opens with fours.
Hopefully the sound clears up. 6 more minutes of this is going to get old.
Yeah.
But I think there's only 6, 7, 8 more minutes. So if it doesn't clear up, it's not the end of the world. But maybe Cate was serious when she said those 2 8s she thought were Sam's range. I mean, she might fold because she thinks Samantha's capable of having an 8 there.
For sure. I mean, that's obviously what she thought.
It felt to me like Samantha was trying to represent a big pair, aces, kings, queens, against what appeared to be another overpair. But
I don't think that's
Cate.
Cate convinced herself that she had an 8.
Possible. But, I mean, I think from Sam's point of view, she's thinking Cate has a hand like 7s, 9s, 10s, jacks.
Yeah.
Not as big as kings.
Right.
I don't think she would have thought that Cate would fold a king there.
No. Cate flops trip aces. You can tell though that Cate's just sick to her stomach. I mean, just look at her. I mean, it's not funny. I mean, we've all been there. It's not funny at all, but it's just like, oh. And we were just talking about how friendly everything was.
This is the downside to asking them what they have. Sometimes they show you when you didn't want to know.
Yeah. That's why I don't show people. I just don't needle people unless they. I'll let them on. I'll let them see them if they want to. I don't think they can hear the players at all, so we better just keep on talking. Fill the air.
Well, the clicking stopped at least.
Did it?
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
don't hear
good.
any more clicking. I can't hear the players, but. Oh, look at this. We got a little pot. Cate
Maybe.
raised, Lexy called her.
And Jessica's been pretty quiet for a long time. Hadn't really seen her get into a lot of hands for.
No, she's been just.
We were talking earlier about who'd been maybe most conservative, stayed out of the most pots, and I was saying Natasha. Maybe it has been Jessica.
Definitely, they're the two who
Yeah.
chose the tightest style.
Yeah.
For the course of the whole day.
Yeah, I think overall, Sam has played the most aggressive. Probably even slightly more aggressive than Kelly, and it's just worked out better.
You know, there's been stretches where Sam has played pretty tight. When she's in pots, she plays very aggressive. She rarely selects the call option or the check option.
Good for her. That's my motto in poker.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of checking or calling. I'm either betting or raising. If you're in a no-limit game with me, I will be betting or raising.
It's going to be an interesting pot. Interesting raise with the.
Yeah, she didn't want to face that big decision on the turn, so she thought, well, what might she bet out on the turn? Let me just raise it that amount and take the hand down here. That's another nice thing about being in position sometimes. You can kind of pre-decide. Damn, I've got this pocket pair. There's 2 4s on the board. I'm going to call the turn anyway. I may as well just raise it whatever I would call on the turn and see where I'm at.
Yes.
Now she knows
And
where
we
she
have
is.
a man sitting down with a piece of paper. Looks like this might be all she wrote.
Is that it?
Oh, they look like they're counting the chips, not putting any more.
Well, it's
not
been
dealing
fun.
Any more cards?
I enjoyed coming down here and doing this.
Yeah, it was fun, Frank. I enjoyed it as well. Pappy Van Winkle, thanks. Appreciate the great jobs on the commentating. Hope you all enjoyed it. And don't forget, tomorrow, 2:45 Eastern, there will be a feature table of the main event. All right. Have a good night.
Good night.